Hello, and welcome to yet another Q&A Thursday, where I am joined by Levi Gates on my right.
Hey, Dane, what's going on?
Hey, and to my far left, Anthony Fisher.
Oh, thanks, Dane, for having me. Feels good.
Yeah, it does feel good.
I like
and
that
of
he
course,
invites us on this show.
I'm Dane Hennon, esteemed host. And to my direct left is a new chair in the room because we have a guest today. You are a chair, but you are also a human. You have the soul of a human. So, human soul, who are you?
I'm fresh cut. No, I am Dan Digna.
Aha! That's right. Oh my God! I just saw behind you. I just saw behind you. Wow!
It's a cursed image.
That is festive. Okay.
So some people may know Dan as Alkaline Trio.
Or Alkalinetaupehat.
Alkalinetaupehat. We know him as Alkaline
Taupe.
Trio, but he's
Taupehat.
Alkalinetaupehat.
It's been very, very, very many years. So, Dan, you've been following the Rad Company for quite some time.
Yeah.
Many years. How
Over
many years?
180 episodes.
Dang.
I thought you were going to say years.
Yeah. Well, it could be 180 years.
It could be 180
Wow,
years,
that's,
right?
I mean, I've been a resident of Boise for over 150.
That is true. So we're really excited to have you. I think it's going to be a ton of fun. You've been working on some side projects here at the Rad Company HQ. With your time off from work because you flew down here.
Mm-hmm.
You rented yourself
I rented myself
an EcoBoost Mustang, right? And we're planning on doing some J turns in the parking lot here after
You
work,
guys,
right?
well, I thought you've been doing that already today.
No, unfortunately. No. Actually, I don't even think I'll have enough time to do it today because I have to go pick up something. Pick up something that's done at the shop today, which I'm excited about, right?
Yeah.
What do you know about fresh paintwork, Levi?
Ooh, that's going to be so fun. You're going to just enjoy yourself.
Do you know
how much fresh paintwork did you get?
Enough to party.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right? That's what I'm
All right.
saying. So, anyways, some housekeeping here. So this Friday, tomorrow, right? Something exciting. A new sale.
Another sale.
Starts, right?
Yeah.
But we've been having some of these smaller sales kind of in between the big
Easy
stuff,
peasy
right?
sales.
Just to make it a little bit more exciting, right? Maybe to get people, kind of ramped up for, holiday season, right? That's coming up really quick. But tomorrow, actually technically at midnight tonight, the email goes out where, let's just say, it's time to die.
Whoa. Okay.
I don't think that's the email going out.
What? Sorry. It's time to dry.
Time to dry,
It's time
yes.
to dry.
Yes.
You may or may not save 20% off all drying towels
That's
this
right.
weekend.
Yes, that is the sale.
So what you...
Sale on drying towels.
yes, sorry.
Time to dry.
I keep getting that messed up,
weird.
right?
Now I'm
Sometimes-
concerned because
well-
I think you might be trying to trick us now.
No, sometimes voices kind of
he meant to say the clever thing, but then he said the other thing, and now I believe that was his ulterior motive.
Well, Dane,
We'll never know.
you will never know. So,
So if
it
I
is
answer that
time
email,
to
bad thing's gonna happen?
dry, not die, this weekend here at the radcompany.com, where you can save 20% on some of your favorite drying towels that TRC has to offer. Now,
It's going to be a good time for folks to get their gauntlets, get their liquidators, get their twist and shouts, get their twistresses.
These all
those
sound like
things.
various forms
They
of
wanna-
torture.
what about the 1500?
The 1500, the big one.
They all sound like torture.
They're going to be able to get all these great items, restock, as we like to say.
Yeah. Trust me, it's going to
Oh,
be a
boy.
good time. That blood red truck towel, that 1500. It's sure gonna look good, right? When you're mopping up that. Anyway, so
I'm just hearing about liquidation and twisting and shouting, and it's just all a bit much.
honestly, sounds like a good
Sounds
time,
like a good
right?
Fun.
Right? Well, I want to go to this dungeon,
Yeah.
right?
Whoa.
So,
This is my drying dungeon.
getting back on track. So next week, though, is going to be the start of something special. Technically, tomorrow we're going to be filming something special, right? And it's going to be pretty crazy. So next week, we're going to launch even something more special, right? Which I think people are going to be really excited for. But we are doing an article of clothing, right? That is.
Been a minute.
It's
Well,
it.
we
It-
haven't.
it is- it
it's
is-
what we do every Halloween. We create
I know,
a Halloween T-shirt.
But this is the one.
This one has gone above
we went,
and
we
beyond
went a
what I
little.
expected.
We went a little hard in the paint.
We went
That's
freaking
fair
hard
to
in the
say.
paint,
Yeah.
and it's awesome. Like
Yeah.
it's you would die for this piece of
So
clothing.
that's another reason why you need to go to theradcompany.com, sign up for the newsletter, because when this item goes live, it may sell out rather quickly. So you guys need to be ready to rock and roll when that thing drops.
Prices aren't the only things getting slashed around here.
Oh my God, Dane. This is becoming a very
I
dark
only
show.
just saw the design, and when I did, nobody told me what it was. So when I got very excited.
It's been on an email chain for the last
doesn't check his
6
email.
weeks.
I didn't check that.
We had
email.
to choose
Dane
colors.
was-
We had to
well,
choose
first of all,
styles.
Dane
we
was
had
on
to
a
choose
boat in Italy
items.
for 6 weeks.
I was there too. I wasn't
You were
on the
not
boat.
on the boat.
I wasn't on the boat. But
You
it
would
came
remember
through.
that, trust
it
me.
came through so many times while we were gone.
Oh man.
And I was checking my email and going, dang, that looks
Wow, rather than being lost on the internet, I was focused on what was in front of me.
Dane, you were in your room asleep.
Well, anyway,
Prince.
so a couple of things here to note. Dane is actually with us. Unfortunately, we don't think Crystal Ball Dane will happen this month. However, we will be burying him alive.
It's going to be happening.
that's still
at
happening.
some point.
I'm
in
quite
time.
excited for that. It's
I
gonna
am
be
too,
a
Levi.
fun time. I think everybody's going to enjoy it.
So that's all I have for housekeeping. Let's go ahead and jump to some questions.
Yikes.
Well, I got
Okay.
a question real quick.
Yeah.
Have I seen that shirt?
Yeah, you got one already. Because you're a guest.
I'm just asking because
got-
if it is the one I think it is sick.
Yeah, that's the one that we handed you.
it's the one
And by
that-
sick, he
Okay.
means disgusting and terrifying and all the awful things you
Yeah.
can imagine.
Dan Digna got the ability to become the first person to get one of these.
He literally was the first.
Would you die for it?
He's a
Dan?
week early.
I would
Jeez,
fly
dude.
from Alaska to Idaho for it.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty
how you
good.
go. That's
I'll
how we do
take
it. All right, let's get this party started. Demo 1000 saying can't wait for the next sale on Coach Jimmy. Need a few items.
Oh no.
I don't know what that is.
That's
Alex.
Jimmy's dad.
Jimmy's
Jimmy's senior.
Jimmy.
Well,
Was a
you
coach for
see,
a while.
Coach Kimmy was how people decided to pronounce Koshemi now.
Ah,
So they're all
Koshemi.
calling it Coach Kimmy now, and they think that
Coach Kimmy.
Koshemi should get a mascot named Coach Kimmy, and it should be like a gym coach
With a
who's
whistle.
a little bit of questionable, very German, just something.
I like that.
Sylvester Stallone.
I like that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he's not German; he's Italian, but
that.
still.
Yeah. Alex says, when will Coach Kimmy be a guest star? And then Dan Pfeiffer dropping a good afternoon and a word up from Minnesota, USA. Happy Friday Eve, TRC gang. How's the weather out there?
That's mild.
And then Alkaline Trio pops in and
What?
says, it's
Wow,
wonderful in
how'd
the
he do
morning and
that?
too hot for me in the afternoon. Huh? Yeah, he's been sweating.
A little bit.
You've been spending too much time in Alaska.
And then
Yeah.
Alex saying we need to catch the live later. Dan, have an awesome time. Umberto
Alex.
saying hello. And
Yes,
Ricky,
yes.
hello, folks. Just booked my trip to SEMA. Looking forward to seeing you there, Ricky. We cannot wait. Come see us in the West Hall
Yes.
booth number. Can't remember it off the top of my head, but give me a
That's
second
okay.
and I will say it. SJ 11152844767. The Sims lobby music. Anthony.
Oh, I thought that was your booth number.
That's okay.
Hello, my awesome people, says Dino. And then we have Luke. Oh my gosh! So
Whoa!
Burger!
That's a very specific number he chose.
$5.69.
Nice.
Nice.
Party.
Okay.
Party time.
There we go. Ron Ayat. Hello. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Dan. You got it. I'll look up the booth number.
Yeah. Hello, TRC crew. No detailing tomorrow. Weather is supposed to be uber crappy. Got a Lexus lined up for Saturday, though, and Sunday I'll be tracking the Mustang at Palmer Motorsports Park. Hey, that sounds like fun.
Nice.
Yeah, it does.
Maybe
That sounds
Dan will
great.
join you with his
Right.
temporary Mustang.
There is a Palmer not too far from where I live.
Hey to Chris. And
What's up,
then
Chris?
we've got Tyler, Anthony.
Happy Friday Eve, TRC crew. You guys are ruining the new Absolute Rinseless Wash in your pad washers.
No, running.
I think you're just too
This is like
traumatized
that-
by all the people who seem
all the dying
hell-bent
towels?
on making everybody feel bad about
What's
liking
happening?
Absolute.
I'm at an odd angle here on this thing. And so, happy Friday Eve, TRC crew. You guys are running the new Absolute Rinseless in your pad washers or specific solution. So, are you telling me that we are doing this? Or are
He's
you
asking.
asking?
He's
Oh.
asking.
256 to 1.
So 256 to 1 if you want to run it in the pad washer. So what I've been using it as I've been using it as a pad conditioner, right? Like the way I would condition it with maybe some paint gloss, or I'd condition it with O&R. It's basically just something to add a little bit of moisture to the pad, right? A little bit of dampness to kind of reactivate any of the compound or polish that I'm using, extend my working time. But pad washer, it would do a fine job with. It's just know that you're obviously going to need to be changing that solution out, once you're done. Don't let it sit in there for a long time, just like you would with O&R. It's just I know I forget sometimes, and I go put my paddle washer away, and then I come back in 3 months and I say, "Oh crap!"
I do that all the time.
I forgot to empty that out,
too.
And I go, "That's going to be gross."
It's very gross.
It's always gross.
It smells bad. So we're going to be in the West Hall, the new West Hall at SEMA. That is a totally brand new building. If the last time we went to SEMA was 2019, this is a completely new building.
So that makes it easier to find.
Right next to the North Hall, across the street. So there is a sky bridge that you can walk along. The new West Hall is a massive, massive building. And our booth number is 54211.
I would like to be driven to the booth every day.
That's not going to happen.
Tesla.
Not gonna.
But you said there's Teslas there.
There are, but it gets you from the end of the West Hall to the Central Hall.
Why won't
and
they
then it
bring
takes
you
you
to
to the South Hall, because where our hotel
They're
is.
quiet. They're whisper quiet.
The hotel is much closer. Much closer.
I feel like a lot of people get.
You're just gonna walk. Literally,
it's not about that.
Anthony. All you have to do is
festive.
cross the street. That's all you have to do.
Okay, well that's not a bad deal.
Anyway, point is, once we get there, you'll walk. The hall is so large; they've got a Dunkin' Donuts inside.
Holy
So we're gonna be able to get ourselves some coffee, maybe get some donuts.
Was that
enjoy
intentional?
that morning? Anyway,
I think it was.
Luke Berge asking, "Can you foam absolute?"
Oh,
no,
my
Luke,
goodness.
you can't.
Just no.
And then
I think it was intentional, but Nick
That feels like it might have been an accident.
George Acosta saying Buenos Tardes.
It goes along with the dying sale.
Yeah. Spooky ghosts. Luke saying, I remember my first time on Q&A Thursday. It was freaking awesome. I'm enjoying the fact that we've been having our quote-unquote TRC superfans to be guests on the show.
Yeah.
You guys are fun.
We've
Don't
had
worry, we'll give you a
almost
chance to answer
everybody.
some of these.
G. Davis,
When the
his was
questions
a
actually start
live,
coming in.
that was kind of a, G's got an asterisk on there because his was a live broadcast on a highway. So
Poor G. We tried.
We need to have
we
G
tried.
here in the studio.
Yeah, we really are.
David Blowy, what's up, guys? What's up, dude?
Hey.
Luke, slowly but surely, tried to go back to work today. Only lasted about 2 hours till my leg had other plans. Yeah, dude,
Luke,
you're gonna need to. You need to take the
should
time.
not be going to work.
You're broken right now, man. You
gotta
gotta
let
wait for
yourself
that
heal.
stuff to fix
He's
itself
got that
up.
big air boot now.
You've sustained a fall that many people might
You
not
broke
survive.
your leg. You broke your leg.
That's true. Jeff C says, I'm ready for the ad nauseum overhype of all comparable and equivalent detailing products that have been on the market for years.
Yes,
Can't wait.
thank
Jeff,
you,
I'm
Jeff.
glad you're here for it as
It's going
well.
to be great.
Can't wait
Keep
for
it coming.
We're gonna have a good time.
All right. So we are now on to what's
Other direction.
going on? That's the wrong way. Oh my gosh. Hang on.
There we go,
this is
Dane.
weird.
You got it.
These pages are getting screwy. Oh, people responding to people. We'll get there. Harry Housewife.
Darren saying, "Sat ready to stare at your faces and eat my apple pie." Oh, that sounds
What a
delightful.
combo.
Glad you didn't reverse that.
That
Yeah, that
sounds
could have been.
delicious. Eat your faces and stare at my pie. Han saying,
We're
"I
gonna
hope
see
you
if
don't have a
there's
lot
any
of pain, brother. Hope you're back real soon." Dino, today I tried lifting something for the first time after my appendix removal, and it was like, no, not doing that again. My stomach almost broke in half.
Yikes.
Seriously, when you get cut open, it resets your strength back to zero.
Yep.
It's weird.
Let me tell you.
It's strange. I remember.
When you get cut open, you just get a bunch of holes poked in you.
Yeah, he did get it.
And then
all.
they moved all my intestines.
it's
It's
not
not,
the-
really a story for
You have
here.
to have a large incision like this big, like I had.
What did you have removed?
I didn't have anything removed. I had stuff pulled back out of other spaces, and fencing put in.
You
When
say
I
fencing?
had a hernia operation about a decade ago, and so
See, I had
I
a
have a
stricture.
scar that's this big underneath my stomach, and so that when they cut that open and then sewed it back up,
Yeah.
and I had stitches. That's what I say. They reset your body. So digging in.
It hurts.
They cut in
Point
one
is, it
side, they
hurts.
open up the belly button, they do an appendix removal.
I don't want to hear about the belly
It's,
button. That
Well, we're trying to get into
cutting it
spooky
open.
season,
The
so we're
bearded
talking about
hunter,
blood
The
the
All
bearded
right.
hunter. Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you all are having a great
boy.
Thursday. We absolutely
That is
are.
much happier. Thank you, bearded hunter.
And Dino says, "Is that the Pegger in the background?" And I believe it is. Yes,
Well, no.
Where?
me.
Anthony's picture.
Oh.
Russ says, "Hey guys, what's the best way to remove month-old paint sealant to do ceramic coating?"
Polish it.
You could polish it. You could also take a strong, IPA mix or a paint prep style mix. Panel wipe from G-Technic will most likely remove most sealants. So if you want to give that a shot, you can do that.
Yeah, you could do that too.
The Mod Hatter says, "You got this."
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thanks, Mod.
Probably for Dan. And then Luke.
Dan, are you staying at the lovely Home to Suites?
I'm staying at 2 places because they're that extra.
Wow.
So last night, he got to stay at the Haunted Hennen House.
The house on Hennen Hill.
The house on Hennen
The
Hill.
haunted house on Hennen Hill.
Did you actually stay at Dane's house?
Yeah.
No way. What do you think of it?
He stayed on the less comfortable couch, so I feel bad. But
So why
Didn't you sleep in the guest room?
It's
because
got
I have a
guest in
roommate
it.
right now.
So
Oh, that's right. I forgot you have a
Yeah.
roommate.
Yeah.
I would have
So-
let him stay in there absolutely if it hadn't been for that.
why didn't he stay in the streaming studio?
They would not have been comfortable. It would have been a floor.
Yeah.
Dane, there's these things called air mattresses.
Yeah, they're only about $30. You could buy
Yeah,
one.
I don't currently have one. So.
Dane, I would have let you borrow one.
I have
for
6
Dan.
of them. I could have brought one over if I would have known.
Sounds like something
have
we
6 of
probably
them?
should have shared
Well, and
information
there's also the remains
Dan's
of
the one who suffered for this.
There's also the remains of Dane's slightly inflatable pool, which he might have been able.
That is an air mattress in a sense.
He might have been able to Dane.
With some
which was
toast abs.
unceremoniously stabbed and thrown in a
He's got
dumpster.
bungee cords.
The pool is gone, right?
Oh, it's gone.
Okay.
It's gone.
Okay.
Gone.
I just want to make sure it wasn't still in your grass, killing it. So, but how was
Grass is still
your
dead,
stay
but-
there?
No, it was good.
Did you get to pet Sassy? Did she make an appearance for you?
Earlier,
She
the
actually
other
did
day.
on Monday, and then I didn't see her at all yesterday. Callie was excited beyond belief to see me, which was really cool. I love dogs.
There you
Sassy is really sweet.
Isn't she a pretty cat?
Yeah,
right.
she's such a nice cat too.
My cats. I breed the
Cat
best
you can
cats.
actually pet.
You didn't breed that cat. You
Got
found
her
that
at the
cat.
pound.
It was
I got her at the pound.
dumpster cat.
Got her at the pound.
That's what that was.
Took her in for a year and then gave her to Dane.
Yeah. So was it a bed and breakfast situation?
No, it was I woke up and then I left and got coffee and breakfast.
On your
okay.
own?
Yeah.
Did you go down
okay.
to the bagel and scone shop down the street?
I
down
wanted
the
down
him
the
to be
base of
able
the
to,
hill?
but they don't open till 9, so he
Right.
wasn't able to
That's
do
the
that.
worst business. Like it's a breakfast place that doesn't open till 9.
Yeah.
So I sent him to
Everybody's
Caffeine.
at work at 9.
But you
'Cause
went
they're
to
gonna say
Caffeine,
profits
correct?
are really bad right
Yeah,
now. Like,
we
yeah,
should-
no,
Okay, you
When
did.
they close at 10 o'clock.
no, they close at like 6. So
No,
like,
they close at 2.
how are they in business, Dane?
And then they're closed on Monday and Tuesday. It's a small family just runs this little shop.
I think this is a
They're
front.
basically trying to make sure that they still have hours to
I
themselves.
think a money laundering
okay.
business.
I think it is too. I
Wow,
think
you guys
I
are
think
so
it's a
judgmental. They are
Russian.
sweet people.
I think it's a
sometimes
some sort
the
of
sweetest that are the most sour.
some sort of mafia based.
So okay, so
Laundry-
And now
Laundromat.
Mod Hatter's over here with eyeballs.
Yeah,
so
there you go.
But you did stay at the house, and what do you think of Dane's?
Did you stay in the massage chair or on the?
He was
The
welcome
theater
to.
couch.
He did not, though.
Yeah, I actually never sat in the massage chair once. It kind of had like the spikes opened up, you know, one of those.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see
It had
that.
unfurled itself.
Yeah, it's very wet.
It kept making noises the whole time while he was
Sorry to
sleeping.
anybody who thought this was a detailing
was like,
podcast. My goodness.
Dan.
Jeez. Okay.
Dino.
There are questions to be answered.
Dino says,
Sorry,
I think Dan is staying home to Dane's Massage Chair Resort. Yep. And
Yeah, it
then
is.
Ron Ayotte says 20% off drying towels. You can't be too rich, too thin, or have too many drying towels.
right.
It's very true, Ron. Drying towels are one of those things where it's always good to have. It's always good to have a fresh one, right?
Yep,
In a
freshy.
worst case scenario,
Like Luke currently
Situation.
has 3/4 of a case of liquidators still available to him.
yeah, it's insane. That's a ton.
So you did stay at the.
Home to
You
Suites,
stayed 2 nights at the Home to Suites. You're going back tonight. You check out on Saturday. So
Yep.
What'd
the
you
only
think?
thing was they had Wednesday. The whole hotel was booked for Wednesday already.
What was happening?
I have
don't
no
know.
idea. It was very strange. There wasn't
like-
anything going on downtown last
Yeah.
night
I don't know. It was just, they were like, yeah, we're
weird-
just booked full for some reason.
for one
I don't
night.
know.
So what do you think of the vibes of the Home to Suites? Trader Joe's, everything else around there?
Yeah, it's great.
Like it?
Yeah, like
Comfortable?
Well, it's awesome because there's so many places that are walkable from there, so you don't have to sit there and fight downtown traffic. You can just park the car and walk wherever you're going to go.
Yeah.
Dane pointed out they've got this place called the Warehouse that has like 10 different or
So
8
new
different
Warehouse
restaurants.
Food district. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like having food trucks, but they're indoors and they're fixed in place. So it is restaurants, but it's it's food truck style food, so it's like all that kind of stuff.
So what I like with the Home to Suites is that when you're there, you're family.
Yep.
Right? And I don't get those two mixed up with Olive Garden and Home to Suites.
Right,
They're very
totally
much
separate.
within the same, probably owned by the same parent company.
Other thing I love about Home to Suites, when
Yeah.
you're there, let's say you're there for a long business trip like Dan here, they have a washer and dryer that is complimentary.
Yeah.
Washer and
Nice.
dryers. And
The gym is
laundry.
fantastic as well.
We've
is,
worked out in
actually.
the gym. We've had a
Went to the
great
gym,
workout.
Right?
I'm going to go tonight. I meant to go on Tuesday, but I fell asleep.
It's super nice. And then what you can go do? Go take a rinse off in the pool, right? What you do is you hit the happy button, right? And the happy button gets things started in the pool, right?
You do push the
And
heavy button, and it turns the fun stuff on.
Ferris wheel on and everything else.
And the bucket dumper.
We shot like a video where we showed all the attributes
Yeah.
of this place a long time
We're
ago.
working on it, Dane.
Don't
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Dino saying, "Is it an Eagle blanket?"
No, better than that. Luke Berge says they are finally dropping the Hang Bang merch. Gosh. I'm the
Keep
only
waiting.
person with an official Hang Bang
Yeah.
t-shirt.
Jeez.
Aaron saying, "Hey guys, I have a 2021 Tundra, and the rubber window molding is starting to show little dark spots. Don't know if it's mold or oxidation. Any tips to get that stuff off?" To get the spots off, no, just take some all-purpose cleaner, little Green Star, little Power Clean, squirt it onto a towel, clean the rubber,
Yeah.
and then you can put some protection over the top of that on the rubber window moldings. Just PSS or even Shine All
Or it's the Shih Tzu cream is what that is.
Oh, Shinetsu grease.
Yep, that's what I
Shinetsu
said.
grease.
I literally said that.
That is not.
Shih Tzu cream.
called.
Made
Many
from real
dogs
Shih Tzu
suffered
dogs.
for this. This is horrible.
We
I
got
just walked through expensive restaurants and pulled them out of purses.
give me your dog.
Give me your
Need
dog.
to milk it.
Okay, that's enough of that.
George says,
We don't have to literally say it.
"What's up first? How you doing, buddy?" And we have Luke Berge says, "Hans and me flying to Boise to raid the T-shirts. Luke, don't you dare! Well, dare
You guys
if will.
can. You totally can.
Oh, well.
Ryan saying, "Greetings from a soggy day north of Toronto." What's up, man?
Well,
Michael Chai, I have a 2015 Subaru Forester. The steering wheel's starting to peel in one quarter-sized area. Would the color lock leather repair work, or should I do something different?
Yep.
So the leather repair stuff won't work because if it's already peeling, it depends on the peel. If it's
Bondo filler.
I've seen
leather
it fix
filler.
gouges.
that's what I'm saying. So
Leather filler.
the leather, the wheel itself, the steering wheel refresh kit won't work for that.
Oh, not the kit by itself. No.
The kit by itself. So you're going to have to get leather filler. You're going to have to build that. You're going to have to do. It's actual work that has to be done. One thing you can do is to protect it any longer is maybe get they make those really nice leather steering wraps, steering wheel covers. And for a Subaru Forester, there's that one company you got the Alcantara.
Yeah,
selling wrap that you
Auto
did.
Interior Technic.
Yeah.
From my friends over there.
They
think
make
it's just-
some really high
I think
quality
it's just
steering
one
wheel.
man who
Yeah,
does the business.
but it's a really nice, high quality steering
Very
wheel
nice.
wrap, and you can do that. And even if you buy like you can buy those which are really nice, or you can buy an inexpensive one on eBay or Amazon that's also a stitch on, or you can do like Dane and buy the super thick, plush, heavy, fuzzy steering wheel cover that you like, and put that on that you just pick up at the AutoZone.
memory foam.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Point is, once you get to the point where it's torn, you either have to repair it or you might as well cover it. And you can find some that are almost identical. Maybe they have a little padding. Maybe they, like Anthony's has that Alcantara, and it actually looks really nice. So
Yeah. Well, so on one of my cars, right, the steering wheel is the same situation, right? It's kind of just deteriorating at the top. So what I end up doing is I just use the leather restoration kit. I used a little bit of leather filler where I needed to, just to try to knock off some of the harder edges. The hard part is once it starts happening,
Can't stop it.
So that's why, I mean, the importance of steering wheel maintenance, right,
Yeah.
is important because a lot of those leather steering wheel covers from factory, they'll fail after a year, a couple of years, and especially if you have somebody that's been in the car that picks at things, right?
Well,
there's
hate
the steering wheel pickers, right?
yeah. Oh no,
Like
my wife is one of those, and when
my
I
wife-
bought
Don't
the
do it.
Suburban,
My wife is also one of those. She'll like sit there and scratch it. I said, "What
Yeah.
are you doing?" She's like, "I'm just bored." I'm like,
Don't do that.
I would I'd rather pick at anything
there's
else.
a dime-sized chunk taken out of the Elantra steering wheel from Carly sitting at the light digging at it. That's it's
what
crazy.
do you think's gonna happen? It's just gonna get worse. It's gonna make the steering wheel more uncomfortable.
Yeah, you're not improving it. That's for sure.
But I will say, that was what impressed me when I bought the Suburban from Jeff.
Yeah,
was that Suburban has a factory leather wrapped steering
very
wheel
good condition.
that was in perfect
Yeah,
condition.
because he doesn't do that.
Jeff Hennon is not a picker.
Well, he's not a picker, and he also ate a lot of bananas, so that potassium kept that leather.
Well,
I think it just meant his hands kept slipping.
No,
off.
but you think about it, he washed his hands and he would carry his banana.
Yeah.
And so he would drive that vehicle to work
with clean hands.
with clean hands.
I was thinking with the banana peel over the steering wheel.
Yeah, that's your new steering wheel cover.
Or
is
you
just
never know.
banana
Maybe he
peels.
nourished that leather with the banana peel.
Ideally, everybody should be taking care of their steering wheels.
Yes.
Clean them often. Once a month, really, is all you need to do. Just a quick little wipe down, detail factory brush. I don't think the Kilowatt brush is needed every single month just because it's so
No,
aggressive.
but I love
just
the little
something
250 mLs of leather guard.
Yeah.
G-Technic leather guard.
Yeah.
It's great. Put
Spray
that
it
on
on.
there, spray it on, clean the
Wipe it off,
steering
yeah.
wheel.
No,
Good.
you're right. Preventative is always best. But for
nice
those of
'cause
us who
small,
buy a
you can
used
put it in
car
there.
where it's already happening and you just need to deal with
Yeah,
it.
you need to clean it,
Then,
give it
yeah.
a deep clean, and then the kit is great for discoloration as long
yeah,
as the leather isn't broken yet.
Yeah.
So
we got Mike C says, "Hey guys, work has been pretty erratic lately. For some reason, I'm unable to watch you guys
as
often, but I'll do my best, and things will square themselves away shortly enough. Thanks for everything." Sorry, Mike C. That was a
Mike, love you, brother.
angle
Thank
there.
you.
Damon.
Good afternoon, fellas. What's up, dude?
Damon, are you a big fan of Damon from House of the Dragon?
I don't know, but remember when he came and visited us?
quite
him and his-
villainous.
Him and his lovely wife and
Yes.
their son came and hung out and spent a day with us. It was
I
deli-
do
it
remember
was
that.
Delightful.
That was fun.
And I remember, I appreciate you and your very detailed post about your Saturn there, too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
that
was
was great.
fun. I
On
loved how you
Redline.
deep dove
It was
into it.
great.
I loved it was ended up being like a 10-minute
Yes.
rabbit hole you guys went down over his Saturn.
It was great, though.
Yeah.
Oh, it was awesome. I went and
Yeah.
listened to it and everything.
Yeah. Ryan from Spotless Ride says, "Are there more colors of the FTW planned? I think it's picking up steam as the best towel people don't know about.
It's such a
multi-use
great
piece.
towel.
The FTW is one of the
So
best
we
towels we've ever
have
created.
another color idea. Mm-hmm. We're trying our best way to work around that right now.
We do.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. We have detailing and show reviews. It says, "Hello, everyone."
Hello.
I wonder if detailing
Hello.
and show reviews is aware of our friend over at O&R Detailing News.
I know. Detailing O&R Detailing News, great show. Great YouTube channel. Check it out.
Styles
I mean, that-
Pretty Work
that's-
Detailing.
Oh, and
Old
Styles
school,
Pretty Work
awesome.
Detailing
Yeah.
is still probably the king of all things I watch.
Do you know that O&R? You know O&R? Oh, you cracked open a cold one.
Wow.
You know O&R Detailing News has like 15,000
I know.
subscribers.
He's kicking
grown.
butt.
I literally can't believe it, dude.
The knowledge he's
insane.
providing.
Good-
you know.
good for him.
Insane.
Not only, I was going to say, we could probably see if Dane, if you want to start watching some of those, he's providing not only positive reviews.
Well, you're not telling me what I don't already. Well, I mean, I've
positive
watched this
reviews.
stuff.
He's also showing workout tips and
Fitness,
tricks.
fitness.
I've noticed
Fitness.
lately it's been more fitness
Running in
oriented
place.
stuff.
Yeah, he's going for
So
runs.
there's a little bit of everything, something for
Yeah.
everyone. Okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hans says, I'll be killed by all the TRC employees messing up their stock, man. No, you won't. You'll just, Hans, if you just walked in with a Wash Wednesday shirt on, nobody would probably even say anything to you.
They
You
probably
could
just think,
grab some
oh,
stuff.
Hans,
They're like,
it's
no,
not-
it's
I
a
guess
new
that's
guy.
It's not until you
a new
start
guy
showing
here or
people the
something.
dragon tattoo
Yeah.
that people might start getting worried.
Well, as long as he keeps his mouth shut.
Well, number one
Because,
rule
the
of
moment
spy
he
work
starts
is
talking to people, they're going to be like, you know, minute.
yeah.
you know the
Are
golden
you
rule.
Dutch?
Act like you belong. All right. Otherwise, they'll tape you to a wall. And
JD Garage.
Ask you questions.
Getting cold outside. Looks like I'll absolutely be doing rinseless washes in my garage soon.
Ooh,
Nice.
JD,
me
enjoy
both.
some warm water, a little
You know
bit of
what I did
absolute.
today?
Enjoy the island vibes,
Yeah.
even in the dead of winter.
You know what I went and did today?
What's that?
I went down to the D&B,
Yeah.
picked me up a new Yeti bucket.
No, you didn't.
for
Couldn't
the,
resist,
for
huh?
the studio here.
Yeah. Oh,
I
okay.
saw that.
It was
Yeah.
for yourself. What color?
That's gray to match the others.
Okay. Very cool.
we're gonna
People
be
are always
using it
asking
tomorrow.
about those in here.
We just
you know?
wanted to have a nice clean bucket so that Nate
Yeah.
can stick his mouth into it later.
Oh, that was thoughtful. Not
yeah.
just,
Luke
you know,
Berge
going
saying,
for a,
Hans, I know where everything is in the
different one.
building. We can do this like a SWAT extraction in and out.
Whoa.
I'm here for that.
I would love to see
Wow.
that. Two of them rappelling
Those
down
two?
the walls.
I would love to see those two do that. Also, Luke is still injured, so this would be 10 times funnier, but also
Hans.
sad.
It's Hans with like the pulley system,
And Luke just going, ow, ow,
It's like
ow.
Mission Impossible laying down to the bottom.
It's gonna be like,
And Hans is like, Luke, you're a big boy. I was not expecting this.
Man.
Oh, Luke, you're
In
so
focus
funny.
photography.
How long does Absolute keep if you mix it up as a quick detailer? Does it have to be used quick, or can I make a gallon and use it over 3 months?
I don't.
You can make it. You just got to shake it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Longest I've had the quick detailer in there before using it was I think 3 weeks, and I blew through the bottle. So I would say, and I never really even had to shake it. Like it mixed and never separated
cool.
or anything like that. It was great. I had a lucky batch there, but I would say probably try to use it within a month. The color's not stable for sure, 100%, and the scent may not be stable for that long term, but the active ingredients and the slickness and all that should be. So, give it a shot. Hans says, Luke Berge, first I need to
Train with Rennie.
train with Rennie or
So
Keith.
that we can play Mission Impossible. I would like to see them
Yes.
also in your Mission Impossible
Oh,
team.
yeah. Totally.
Four
Get
of
all of
them.
them together.
Well, it's
Yep.
Keith just smoking a cigar
Oh, yeah.
outside. Like hopefully they
just
But
in
at least he has
uniform.
like the face paint
like
on, maybe.
hopefully they're
and, like,
okay
some
in there,
night
right?
vision
And
goggles
then
or something.
and then Rennie's out in the bushes, like I found a body, and we're like, "What are you doing out there?" He's like, "I thought this was a search and rescue mission." No, Rennie, we're robbing.
wrong job.
TRC.
Also, yikes, because we didn't put that there.
Yeah.
Rennie, you're gonna need to put that back.
Just go ahead
JD
and,
Garage, I just got a
leave that
small
for the
draft
authorities.
system for my garage. Going to be sweet to turn on some tunes, pour a nice cold beer on tap.
oh, that's
Do rinseless
yeah.
wash on a Saturday night. What's a good mini keg to get? Oh, that's
Dang,
fun, man.
dude.
I don't know what a good mini cake to
Yeah.
get is, but that's freaking awesome,
Build
dude.
your own.
That's badass.
There you go.
Dane, could you get down with that?
I can get down with that. That sounds great.
Dane's ready for
Unfortunately,
a
in my
draft
current,
system.
health considerate priorities, all
He's
that.
switched
I'm not
to-
drinking
he's
right
switched to
now,
clear
so,
liquids.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Clear
lots
liquor.
Of, lots
So,
of water
they say.
and
A lot of vodka.
sugar-free soda I did have today, but that's an exception.
So what do you
to
say
the
we
rule.
get you some kombucha on tap, right? It's good for your heart. It's good for
I
your
do love
health. It's good for
kombucha.
your gut and
Yeah.
everything like that. Tons of probiotics. But we do that, get you set up with an absolute rinseless wash solution package in your garage so you could also wash the Jaguar.
I'm down
I
with
thought you were gonna say so you could drink it.
Yeah, at first I thought it was going
I,
to come out.
yeah, I
You can
mean,
drink the kombucha and then, mix
Yeah.
up the rinseless because
Yeah.
he already tried to feed us that once.
Yeah, it was gross. Don't try drinking it.
That was
Dino
insane.
saying, I want to be on the next Q&A. Dino, we need you over here. Luke Berge dropping $4.20. Which
Dude,
phone's better, O&R or
excellent.
Absolute?
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
These are very specific numbers.
Yeah,
Luke.
very
I don't
specific.
know.
I think it's total about $10 now. He's
Yeah.
donated. Thank you, Luke. Dino saying, but only if we come in lederhosen. Yeah, you totally
Oh.
can.
I will wear mine.
Wow.
I will.
Wow.
Hell yeah, we are, Mod Hatter.
All right.
We are still on for that thumb war tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Bet on it. All
Neil
right.
White saying, TRC, hope you're all doing well. Didn't realize you'd be talking about detailing intestines and appendicitis. I know, right? That's how it goes. You never know what the Q&A is going to bring.
Dino, you couldn't be more correct.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Mr. Trollin, happy Friday Eve, everybody. And
Happy
Darren,
Friday.
Hey.
happy Thursday. Have you all tried Top Life DIY from Color Lock? Looking for a good leather coating. Any other recommendations? Yes. So Top Life is great. Lars had a really cool little stand that had these little oscillating pieces of leather that had a cut piece of jean. And they would just sit on there, just the normal sitting on there, and they would just
Dye transfer.
leave these dye transfer marks. And on the side with Top Life, there was no dye transfer marks. On the side without it, it was turning blue.
And I love how people got really close to it to look underneath and make sure it was actually touching.
And he would
they weren't,
and he would
cheating
stop
it.
and he would pull
And
it
was.
off and show
And
him
show
and
'em.
everything. So that's a really good leather coating because it's permeable. And then the other good leather coating that we like is diamond leather because it's also permeable. And the reason for that is, one, you want your leather to still be able to breathe, but you also need to be able to condition your leather.
Yep.
So
MB Detailing says, hi guys. And then
Hey,
we
hey.
have Luke Berge
Hey.
says, I would recommend buying plenty of leather cleaning items to clean the massage chair before sitting in it.
probably a good idea. Thank you, Luke. Scott, hey fellas, what do you guys do, if anything, as a winter prep for your vehicles? That's a good question, Scott. Back in the old days, I used to do winter prep packages for customers, where we would clean the engine, detail the engine, and then we would wash the vehicle and usually just apply a sealant. And then we would do a light interior detail, and we would apply like a fabric protectant for the carpets. Yeah. So that you didn't have you had at least a waterproofing agent on the carpets. Mm-hmm. And I would build these small packages that were very easy for my team to do. So realistically, I'd be like, look, we're just going to vacuum the car, clean the windows, wash it, throw on sealants, and detail the motor for you. And it was like $250, and my guys could knock them out in an hour.
Yeah. Nice.
So that I would do mostly just because we could wash the engine and then put protection on the motor. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Something like Motorplast or even just a dressing just to help repel some of the dirt and salt and grime that gets splashed up into the engine bay. But nowadays, I don't do anything.
Cars already protected.
All my cars are coated. Mm-hmm. All my cars have stuff on them. I don't ever detail the engines of my cars. Mm-hmm. I usually wash them if I had something like recently I had the radiator blow on the Suburban.
Right.
I had the hose, one of the heater hoses burst on the Elantra. Oh. So I had antifreeze all over both engine bays. So that was the first time I've cleaned both engine bays on those vehicles since the last time the Suburban blew a radiator hose and your dad brought it to me 8-9 years ago. So I don't...
Well, there's like 3 situations I could think of.
I don't personally wash my engine bays.
Yeah, where people bother washing an engine bay because you see a lot of it, in videos and things like that, where it makes sense where it's like, okay, it's a repo car or it's an auction car or anyway, preparing it for sale, that makes sense. Somebody's going to crack open the hood, might as well have it look nice when they go look in there. The other time is, okay, you're a clean freak and you just can't stand knowing that it's dirty under there and you're just the kind of person who wants to have it clean. Okay, fine. If you're like Anthony and sometimes you open your hood and try and impress people with your naturally aspirated four-cylinder.
What do you guys think?
So, in general, I think for winter prep, I would say no matter what I'm doing, I'm going to make sure that my vehicles have some sort of protection on them. It's probably gonna be a coating or it's probably gonna be anything, right? I'm not gonna just go into winter without doing anything because the problem is that wintertime is gonna make it the hardest to wash in most situations, right? Because you're gonna have a larger buildup of things. You're not always gonna have access to a pressure washer. You go down to a pay and spray, you're gonna rinse everything off. It's gonna freeze on its way back to your house. Now you have to wait for the frozen water to thaw off in your garage, and it's just kind of a messy situation, right? So I would say do everything that you can now to either protect the vehicle exterior-wise, wheel-wise, engine-wise. That's something that honestly winter is not going to have a super heavy effect on that. But if I was in an area like if I was somewhere on the Rust Belt or somewhere where I know that there's going to be some corrosive things flying up into there, I would use something like KCX Motorplast, regardless of whether I'm doing a full detail or not. I would just wipe down the engine bay. I would take some wet towels. I would take a steam cleaner. I would take some brushes and some APC. Do spot rinsing, spot cleaning as needed, but I don't think you have to go through into a complete engine bay detail. Engine bay details should be maybe done probably less than 10 to 15 times in a car's life. I think that for the most part, it should always be touch-up work to keep it going. And
the biggest thing is you want to just make sure leaves and junk doesn't accumulate because that's where water can get trapped.
Motorplast, for example, right, is going to displace water, right? It's going to protect all your electrical components. It's got some anti-corrosive additives
the
inside
most
there.
Important thing.
And so that's something I would soak, dude. I would just soak that engine bay down in that. It's not going to hurt anything, right? It's not going to harm the electrical stuff. So soak that down. Know that that's protected. In terms of like control arms or anything in the undercarriage, I mean, if you really want to, you can go into that. But chances are, if you're already in a corrosive area, you've either had your car undercoated or honey-coated,
or Motorplast on that as well.
Or you can also use Motorplast on that. Literally anything's better than nothing at all. Even if it's just a couple sprays of something, you're like, yeah, that might last a month or two. Cool, you've already made it halfway into winter.
But in reality, for some of us, like what we have here, we're not talking about what Dan has.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask Dan.
What we have
in an area that will get this.
Maybe just a wet winter. That's all we really have is you get some rain, you get some slush, maybe
a couple days at a time,
and some sand, but that's about it.
It dries out.
Now, crazy tundra winter. What do you got?
Tell us, Dan. What goes on in Alaska?
Well, so like full disclosure, I'm in Anchorage. I'm not up in Fairbanks. Fairbanks is the crazy hella cold where negative 40 Fahrenheit, and that just does stuff to cars.
So what's Anchorage winter like?
Anchorage winter only gets to like negative 20.
Holy.
One of the funnier things is you have to actually look and see, because all the different salt blends have different temperatures they stop working at, which is why we do gravel, because the salt doesn't work at the temperatures where we sit at.
So you're just blowing holes through windshields instead.
Yeah, we call them Alaskan windshields. So like all the car listings will be like, yeah, it has an Alaskan windshield, whatever. And it's just normal. But so what I do to prep my car, because I actually just prepped the Miata. We had the first snow the day I left Anchorage, actually. And what I did to prep, mine's coated with CSL and EXO. I'm getting ready to recoat it. It's been 3 years. It's still holding up, but it's starting to get a little rough. I did, I think it was Eric Joseph recommended it. It was the W6 APC cleaner followed by the W5 iron remover. Maybe I'm getting that backwards.
No, it sounds about right.
You can do either or. It doesn't matter.
So I basically did a chemical decon wash. Yep. So I'd wash the car, do the chemical decon wash, and then I would use Bead Maker as a drying aid topper. And that's pretty much my winter prep there. Sometimes I'll take the wheels off and clean the suspension. Sometimes I'll wipe down the engine bay or something like that. To me, it's just making sure the surface is decontaminated prior to winter, because you're going to get a ton of buildup. And for us, I'm going to be washing indoors pretty much this month through April-ish.
Okay. Yeah.
So what I'll do in my environment is the pay and sprays, I'll use heated pressure washers, and so the water's hot. So what I'll do is I'll go pull up, I'll pre-spray it with, I use a Built Hamber product that is a good pre-soak. I think Kosh Chemi has a good pre-rinse product. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but I would use a pre-soak of some kind to get the stuff, knock most of the stuff loose, spray the car off, drive back to the house, and then I would rinseless wash, either use hot water or warm water or cold water, whatever. It's a heated garage, so I'm fortunate like that. That's pretty much my process for the winter.
Yeah.
I will also throw out, I used to not be a fan of mud flaps until being in Anchorage. They really help keep your car cleaner longer.
Yeah.
Especially my car, with those mud flaps, nothing. Without the mud flaps, all up the side as soon as you go out on the street.
The rooster tail just permanently imprinted on the side.
Luke Berge says, did you get to take any of the scooters around the city? I don't think he has yet.
No, I don't believe so.
No, but I hit Bogus Basin.
There you go.
That was great.
Dina says, I can't wash my car now, and I'm doubting myself the whole week to take my winter beater through automatic car wash.
Yeah.
Do they have brushless ones where you're at? Touchless? If
you can take your winter beater, you can do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a beater.
So. It's a beater with a heater.
Yeah.
Road to detailing. No, Dino, just wait. And it will handle a few weeks with no wash. Yeah, it's true, too.
Yeah, that's also true.
Sue says, Anthony is embarrassing.
Sue. I think that was back during the Shih Tzu comments.
I did chemical decon and used the sealant as a wiper as a winter prep.
There you go.
Dino, can we talk about underbody protection? I need to sand the underbody of my winter beater and put some rust converter on and then some kind of protection. What would you do to prep everything? Honestly, many of those rust converters are designed to use the rust there to convert it.
Yeah.
I would usually what I like to do back in the day I've done this to all my trucks. I did it to the red truck. I did it to the Suburban. I even did it to my little red truck.
Yeah.
I take a pressure washer and it's not fun, but I take an APC, soak everything that I can, get as close as I can with the pressure washer and blast as much of the gunk and junk and get that frame
it's going to be messy.
Frame as clean as I can.
Yeah.
Then I would take usually a acid of some sort or an acid-like product and spray the frame again.
Yeah.
Try and scrub as much as I have available to me and then wash it, rinse it off again, let it dry. And then I would use a rubberized undercoat or some type of rust converter that you could spray onto the frame rails and everything and get a good coating on it.
Yeah.
And that way, once it's coated, then it looks great. Not only does it look nice, but it actually lasts for quite a while. The key is getting all that junk off. Because if you have dirt or you even have water still dripping out of those spaces and you paint over it, that stuff, it's just not going to stick or last.
Correct. Yeah.
But majority of rust promoters now, or rust inhibitors and converters need to have some form of rust on the surface to chemically change on there. The technology's there now, so.
So what about like lanolin oil products? Do you like those?
You can put that over there. Like it's kind of a weird gray area because detailers used to do this for a long time. You would paint frames and that was part of your detail job you would paint a frame for a customer, fender wells, or you would use a dressing on all these materials. So you'd soak the frame in dressing. You would soak the axles. You would soak all this stuff. One, it had a benefit of making it look nice, but two, it kept it looking cleaner longer, but it also added a little layer of protection over everything, which is nice when you're trying to keep stuff from sticking to the underside of your vehicle.
Yeah. Master Chai says, great info on the Subi steering wheel. Thank you. Well, glad we could help. And then fuzzy steering wheel wrap on the way. Thank you, Dane. And then Joey Belinsky says, what's up, fam? Does leave any protection behind, or should I be following up with anything? I'm just using it for weekly dusting. It doesn't have any protection, so you're going to have to add some type of, it's just an all-around interior cleaner.
But it leaves a clean surface.
Yes. It does leave a clean surface. Dino says, roaded detailing car is still not polished or coated, so...
For the winter driving. Yeah, I'd probably risk it and run it through the auto car wash. It's already
It's
hammered.
not the end of the world if it goes through once, twice, even 3 times. We've proven that.
Luke Berge says, rubberized can chip and hold rust. Honestly, either fluid, film, or wool. Wax is awesome, or even PB Blasted Surface Shield works great.
Oh, there you go.
There's a lot of great shields that are made now that you can just put on. Sam Squatch, sorry I'm late to the party, but happy Thursday. Hope you guys are having a great day. Good to see everyone together. Thanks, Sam Squatch. Ryan Rigdon, greetings, gentlemen. Sorry if this has been asked before, but is one kit of Diamond Body 36 enough for an SUV Audi SQ8? That's what I'm doing this weekend.
Where are you? SQ8?
I'm doing Diamond Body 36.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, not an SQ. It might be an SQ. It's a Q8.
Okay.
But I'm assuming it's an SQ8 because I've seen it. And it looks
we
like
got the Q8, the SQ8, and then the RSQ8, which is basically
it looks like an
Urus.
It looks like an SQ8.
Disguise.
RSQ8.
But that's what I'm doing this weekend. Yes, it's enough.
Road to Detailing says, no, Joey, as far as I can read, experience...
Oh, geez, sorry, that finger slipped.
No, Joey, as far as I read, experience, any won't leave any protection, correct? But yeah, that's pretty much spot on. Luke Berge says, I gotta play Body Shop on the quarter panel of the Scion. Russ getting to it. Luke, Russ was already getting to it.
I mean, remember how cheaply you got that Scion.
So can you just take an angle grinder to that, right? And just go,
just take an angle grinder, get a little rust reformer.
Sounds like we got ourselves a case of speed holes.
JD saying, thanks, Anthony. As someone who owns a Shih Tzu, I don't want to think about what came to mind when you said Shih Tzu cream, but thanks anyway. Oscar saying, good evening, fellas. Can you name your favorite car fragrance? My nose is tired of black ice.
That's okay.
So, we've got a bunch, Oscar, we've got a bunch of different fragrances. Coach Kimmy has some air fresheners here at the Rag Company. Stiarna Gloss has some air fresheners here at the Rag Company, as well as Stekara, which is a nice little scent. We've also got FU,
Fresh Up
that you could use. My go-to for the trees, if we're just talking trees, is I like Caribbean Colada or Pina Colada mixed with peach. I get a peach one and a Pina Colada one and put them together. It's like a peachy Pina Colada. It's delightful. Anthony.
Oh, thanks for asking, Levi. So recently I've been turned on to this new brand called Sniff, right? Who produces niche perfumes as well as cologne and men's fragrances.
But they're
and things.
people fragrances,
and
not car
yes, I'm
fragrances.
currently wearing Dead Dinosaur, and I'm really enjoying it because it doesn't smell like a new car, but it smells like your first car. So at this point in time, I smell like a combination of a little bit of cigarettes, and I smell like a little bit of kind of musk, a little bit of floral, and a little bit of that extra spice, a little bit of that oak and whatnot is built into it. I like it a lot. But if we're talking about for a car, Stekada is pretty amazing. But man, I'm just a big fan. I just love my Japanese squash. I'm a Japanese squash guy. So I buy the Air Spencers. Yeah, Air Spencers C. 3 air sprints or something. Yeah, air sprints or something. I can't think of it off the top of my head.
You have to surf through a sketchy website and then you find yourself.
No, you can go on Amazon and find air spencers, but you have to like the Japanese squash scent.
I'm not a squash fan.
Big fan, but it ain't
for
for
a Corvette
everybody.
here, right? It's already screaming masculinity. So I mean, a little bit of Stekada in that, right?
Man.
What about our little German
dropper.
friend or a Norwegian friend?
We met a little friend of ours named Little Joe.
Little Joe.
Little Joe.
Tons of different fragrances and scents.
So many.
You literally just snap them into your.
I got a cedarwood one in the Jag. Lovely.
Did you? You put the cedarwood one in there?
Yes, I love it.
It's very
nice.
Does it match the Jag's vibes?
It does.
Does
it
it?
feels very
Cedarwood would,
distinguished. I feel like I need like elbow pads on a
like a jacket, sport jacket.
Like I'm a professor or something.
Dan, what's your go-to for air fresheners?
I don't use any.
Oh, wow! That's either that's like a total brag, and he's just like, I just smell that good, or he just keeps the car.
Well, there
that
you
clean.
go.
It doesn't
I just
smell.
clean. I just keep it clean, and is what it is.
But Oscar, there are some
Yeah.
options out there. So
Rodri Chevy saying, "How come when I clean the window with a microfiber rag and ammonia-free glass cleaner, it looks smeary and streaks?"
what towel are you using?
So towel, cleaner, how dirty your windshield is, what's on the edges of your windshield, because maybe you're not hitting it right, or you are hitting them, and now you're causing the drag over that way. So we did a video on our YouTube channel with Sydney where we used a applicator sponge. We soaked the applicator sponge to saturate the glass and clean the glass with that, and then we take one of our other towels and clean the glass surface. In a technique, we use the box method. Doing it that way, we've found far less streaking because we're using the applicator almost as an actual wash mitt in a sense, where it's actually washing the glass rather than spraying it on, putting it on a towel, and part of a dry towel catching some of the dirt, some of the wet, getting it. It's not fully cleaning it the right way. With the applicator sponge wet, we're able to actually get that space clean. So check it out. Road to Detailing. Dino, I feel you just did a deep clean and sealed it, so you still have some time left before the heavy winter hits. And then Dino, Chevy, take some prep for your paint, clean the windows with it, then glass cleaner. You do that too.
Can do that.
Yeah, multi-step works also.
Hans, when will there be a mini FTW? Interesting.
I don't know if we would do that.
Like an e-whip, but for
maybe.
FTW.
David Boy says, "Hi Dane, Anthony, and Levi. Oh my God, thank you for not calling me Andy."
Oh, missed opportunity.
I was waiting for
David,
it.
you're awesome. Just got in from work. Sorry I'm late. Still loving my absolute. Heck
That's a
yeah,
good reason
man.
to be late, if that's why you're
Nice.
late. That's totally allowed.
Busy rinseless washing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Road to Detailing says, fingers crossed to Dino. Oh, Dino.
Oh, yeah.
Road to, hope to have some time for the snow. Just bought parts for whole suspension overall. Need to protect and get the car ready for the Austrian salt. And then Road to Detailing says, fingers crossed, I'm based next to you. Hungry Roads. Got some road salt too. There you go. Remy.
Salt when you're hungry.
Hello. Question on a chart pattern. Can we accept that the pattern of two baby monkeys keeping warm after bath? In other words, a possibility to. I don't know what that means, Remy
What
Turquoise.
is happening?
That is
I mean, you're gonna have to start looking
think
at
you're
these.
not in our show.
At a
questions.
glance, it looked like a question. Then as you start to read, I'm like, nope.
Yeah. Aaron G saying, Anthony, branching off the last podcast, check out Ruggable Rugs. Soft to lay on, and if the baby or dogs make a mess, just hold a roll thing in the washing machine. They're the best.
So
Aaron, have you been talking to Gabe? Because
Aaron,
Gabe
so-
said that
Yeah.
same
What's funny?
inflammatory topic.
I went home. I told Katie. I said, "Hey, everybody works like saying about these ruggable rugs, right?" And she says, "Anthony, we have ruggable rugs." She's like, "What do you think all the rugs are in the house?" And I said, "Are they ruggable rugs?" And she's like, "Yeah." She's like, "You just throw them in the washing machine if you want to clean them."
Wow.
And I said, "Can't you just throw any freaking rug in the washing machine?"
No.
You can't.
I can't,
I've been
like,
messing up my entire life. Then
my
apparently.
rug in my house,
Yeah.
I cannot throw in the washing
Why
machine.
can't you do that?
Because it's an actual rug. It's a real rug.
Well, I saw this guy on YouTube who cleans rugs for a living. Maybe you could take it to him.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm actually just going to do it in my driveway. Just throw it out there, pressure wash it.
Yep.
Flip my broom with my squeegee. I'm going to make the whole thing. I'm going to make my own YouTube TikToks. Just cleaning my own rugs.
Oh, boy.
But you have the cars parked in the grass, and it's you cleaning rugs in the driveway, and like Augie just going up and stabbing it with a knife, and you're like, "Bring your rug to me today." The MOS HQ.
In the background.
Oh, he's stabbing.
I've done it. I did do that. I did it for a neighbor. She put it on the fence. She's like, "Can you pressure wash this off for me?" Sure.
I mean, it works. I mean, it works. All you need is a couple drill brushes. Dual weld them. Bam.
Dual weld.
Yeah, I was gonna say
a wheel,
as opposed to wheels.
Yep.
Dual weld.
Hans says Luke says, Hans, we got to plan this raid. CJ Byrne, damn it, near every garage in Wisconsin growing up had a kegerator in it. Wow, that's pretty good.
Wisconsin knows what they're doing.
Yeah. Luke, better heal up first. You need every muscle and bone to carry all that heavy load, man, says Hans. And then Remy Turquoise.
No,
back
don't
at
even
it
bother. These are
with a real question.
These are not real questions.
That one is an interesting one.
I mean, I'll put it on screen just so you can all. I'm not trying to make fun of somebody if they're having like an issue right now and they're just writing random things or what, but that is a fun one to contemplate.
Those are great.
Okay.
Thanks for the live. You're welcome. Tom Kirby, can I use PNS Ultra Coat Polish B20 for a quick paint enhancement and then apply a ceramic coating? Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I can help you out with that transport over my Bosnian mafia friends near Boise. Yes, good.
Dear.
Appreciate that.
Gosh.
Hans, we might need a few getaway drivers with big trucks.
Oh, boy.
Dirk, what's going on, man? How are you?
Hey.
Dirk was cooking the best
Brats, dude.
Brats, man.
Würstes.
With the Versta.
They weren't calling them brats, they're Würstes.
I would have literally, dude. I would have been all about those. Those are some
They
true
were delicious.
glizzies.
They were delicious.
Yeah. Were you guys putting on mustard?
Yeah.
Mustard. He allowed ketchup.
He had some ketchup too.
But
He allowed ketchup.
Well, there was ketchup available, but we did mustard.
Do they have Heinz over there? What's the brand?
Well, they had your typical like bright yellow mustard, but they also had a stone ground option.
Ooh, stone ground would be pretty good. I wish there was grilled onions.
Dijon.
Or was it Dijon? It was a fancy mustard option.
It was funny because at one point Dirk was cooking them up for all of us in the booth, and like John Hull walked over to stand in line. Alan was standing right next to him. Jeff walked over to get in line so he could get in and get his, because it was really just Jeff and John that were getting the next two that were cooking up.
Yeah.
And Alan was just standing there like holding his camera, talking, and all of a sudden, people stood in line behind him, and they all started lining up, and they were like, "Oh yeah, can we get or can we have one of those?" And he's like, "Oh, sorry, only if you work. These aren't for people you work with. Like, only those that work in the booth."
I get it, but on the other hand, you're doing it right in front of everybody out there in the open.
No, it was drawing a crowd. It was awesome.
No,
Dirk was amazing.
Had to get people in the booth, right?
Yeah. He knew what he was doing.
You can't get these, but
and
you
they
can.
smell
get these great high quality microfiber towels and leather care products.
Get FG. Here we go.
This is a good one.
Fog 1014. Is the gauntlet supposed to be used for just drying off water or O&R, or more of a dedicated product like Bead Maker? Is there products that are recommended for use with drying towels, or is that bad? No. That's why we make so many different sizes. You can use the smaller size liquidators for that. You can use smaller gauntlets for that. Jack from Stianaglass has said he loves the small size gauntlets for that kind of stuff. So he has a blast being able to take care of all those. So I use the small 1212s. I really like them. They're even really good for window or for wheel clean, like Matt uses. So, Paul Allen.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
This is good.
Hey guys, I live in the Alps. After all that drama in New York City, all my winter cars are protected with rust preventative grease, underbody and cavities. It works great.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. After all that drama in New York City.
You mean the part where you're not?
He left. He went to the Alps. Last I heard, he was.
What a move!
Moving to the Alps.
Real quick.
He was going to visit the Alps.
One thing Fogg was asking about was if you can use. That's great. If you can use gauntlet with Bead Maker or just O&R, and you can mix. You can use drying aids with drying towels. You can do just O&R, just Absolute, and just dry the car. There's other drying aids that are made that are awesome. I just wanted to touch on that because I don't know if you covered that or not.
No, that's totally fair.
I don't know.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
He's doing it.
Cool.
All right. Carlos Flores, hey guys, I am starting my mobile detail here in LA. Having trouble trying to figure out my prices and what to include in my service. Like an exterior basic detail should include an interior.
Man.
Carlos,
It's so regional specific in many cases.
Email Levi at theradcompany.com.
Yeah, email me and I'll put you in touch with some California detailers. And you can talk to them and see. And honestly, that would be the best thing for you.
Especially because labor rates are going to vary depending on the area.
Yeah, some places are going to be, that's ridiculous. Other places are like, wow, this is cheap.
But I'll forward you on to a couple mobile
LA, I imagine,
LA
things are a
area
little pricier.
detailers. And it'll help you out. At least they can help you.
Paul
Give you a
Allen
baseline.
smiling, and then we have the Harry Horsewife here says, "What glass coatings do you guys go for?"
Honestly,
Diamond
my new
glass.
favorite is diamond glass because it's the fact that it like absorbs into the windshield,
It just like vanishes into it.
vanishes into it. It's crazy.
yeah.
And then
You
can
saw
put
it during
on again.
the live Q&A we did with the Diamond guys. So, yeah, it was happening in real time.
I put some on this weekend for my buddy. I did 2 coats on the front windshield.
Same story.
And same thing, it just disappeared, and I wiped it off with I used an
I'm going to
FTW.
give you some of that to try.
Hashtag
great.
magic.
Yeah. Scott Dayhoff, I have an 88. This is the last question. I have an 88 Sirocco with a cracked
Sirocco.
dash. Found a good dash out of a wrecked car to replace it. Question is, what's the best way to keep that new one from cracking? Car is mostly in the
I'll
garage.
tell you.
You cannot prevent a dash from cracking.
But what you can do,
It is impossible. And I will tell you this, it's not the products that you're going to use. It's the fact that you are going to be dealing with heat and temperature changes and stress with the body. It is a piece that is going to be moving, and it's under the front windshield, which is where you're going to get the most heat.
Well,
and
the
if you're
Scirocco's
parking
gonna
in
flex a
and if
little,
you're
too.
parking in a garage and driving hard and doing all that stuff,
Yeah.
that car's going to flex. So that plastic is going to move back and forth. Now, there are certain companies which did it worse than others. Dodge in the 90s.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Built
Dodge
potato,
Rams dashes
they
mint.
built dashes out of potato
so
chips.
bad.
And they expected them to last for a very long time.
The plastic
They-
got brittle.
The plastic got really brittle because of the sun, because of the UV. Now, they make a number of different versions, but I cannot stress it enough and cannot recommend enough to get a good, high-quality dash mat to put it on. If you want to save it, that's the only way.
See,
And
that's
then
what I
you
was
can
waiting
get
for him
Short
to
of
say.
tinting your windshield.
Dash mat, and then you do a hula girl on top just as like a preventative
Yeah, for
thing.
fun.
You
She
need
kind of
to.
just stands.
It's
Well, it
obligatory.
also it draws your eye away from
Yeah.
the fact that you're looking at a dash mat. It makes it a
Yeah.
little more
But I will
natural.
tell you, I have the Elantra. True story. This is real. I've owned the Elantra since I bought it brand new in 2006 off the lot at Hyundai, Bronco Motors Hyundai here in Boise. I have put every type of protectant known to man on that dash since the day I bought it. That car has been fully detailed twice a year its entire life. And my dash still cracked. And I have a crack that runs dead center down the center of the dash.
Sucks.
Right in the middle. No idea why, how, any of that. And learning has been one of the things I've really focused on, was trying to figure out how is that caused. But I started noticing that thing moves. That thing tweaks. That thing twists. I put a strut brace on. I put other products on. I've changed out the windshield 3 or 4 times. All of that is tension
High performance
and
springs.
energy that gets released every time you pop a
when
windshield
you're
out.
bouncing off the top hat.
When you're bouncing off the top hats,
You know,
you're
and
hitting
The one thing he
those-
hasn't tried yet is replacing his busted suspension.
No, I already, Dean, that's all been replaced. 100%.
right,
Yeah, you got
replace
the
that
yeah.
now.
I got
Yeah.
tibby fronts.
I was
and I got,
so used
and I
to
got
just constantly
new-
experiencing.
It's a reverse
top
rake,
hats
Dane.
fading.
So it's a reverse rake. So you have a better angle on your
Yeah.
approach, better approach
Tiburon
angle.
struts now in the
So,
front. and the-
It was just
all right.
naturally low.
So with that said, we actually do have to run to a very quick break here, and so we're having a good time here. You're
Yeah.
gonna be sticking around for the second half. We're gonna have even more fun there. So please stay tuned for these messages, and we'll see you here in a few minutes.
See ya.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome. That's 3. Okay, we're good. I'm going to put Scott's back up here on the screen because Dan had a little note to add to it.
Yeah, Scott. So I used to live in Texas up until 2021. And what I was doing there to deal with both the heat and also to do what I can to save the dash or extend its life is I had both the front windshield tinted with an optically clear tint, which was also really great, by the way, for reducing headlight glare.
yeah, and
Yeah.
also had
Yeah.
UV protection in it.
Yeah, it had UV protection.
The
It was-
headlight glare was reduced too.
yeah, it cut
Okay.
it just a little bit. Like
Enough.
yeah, and the other thing I would do is I used Covercraft makes vehicle specific covers. They're also hardbacks, so they don't like fall apart. They're not a pain in the butt to open and close. And I would throw that up every single time I park the car or go anywhere, and that helped both keep the temperature inside down and also like it was just a better quality of life experience. I just
Yeah.
wanted to throw that out there real quick, just as an option.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That works.
Oh, JD.
JD saying beat her with a heater, or did you say beat her with a heater? No, it's a beater. Beat her car with a heater. Beat her with a heater.
Even better if you can find a beater
Quality
with
touch.
seat heaters.
Hey, crew, this is answered, I'm sure. But to confirm, I used Absolute my white truck yesterday. How long can it last in the bucket? As long as the bucket is empty and only has the sponge in it, doesn't have any towels or anything in it, you can just leave a bucket of Absolute for up to 3 weeks. Luke Berge, so after all the winter down and dirty with your car, IK Foam Pro 12 with some ammo boost or whatever APC soak and rinse, it gets clean AF. There you go. Jason Love, hey guys, love learning from you all. I'm curious on your opinions on ammo products, including Reflex Pro. I'm personally a fan, but wanted to hear your thoughts.
There you go.
So we haven't used a lot of Larry's products.
We know Larry.
We know Larry very well, and but we haven't used any of his ammo line of products.
A couple over the years.
You've got a couple that you've used. We've got other guys that work here that have used them. But Dane and I, we just haven't used the products personally.
Yeah.
But we've been fans. It's all good stuff.
Yeah.
Rob Schodecker, can you make the Edgeless 300 in more colors? Most underrated towel in your lineup. I know, Rob, right?
Yeah.
It's a good towel. It's the easiest entry point into 70-30 blends. And if you buy it by the case, you're knocking on the door of that Costco price, which is pretty rad. And for a 70-30 300 blend towel, it's just way nicer. John Connor, do you need a full detail ceramic coating before installing paint protection film? No, and you don't coat the car in that area that you're putting the paint protection film because you can't get it to stick.
Yeah, if you're going to wrap or put paint protection film, you want to check if the paint has a ceramic coating on it.
So you're going to want to go put your hands all over it.
How often do people make Terminator jokes at you? I'm just curious. All right. Wait, this one. We moved past Remy here.
No, it's a good one.
Okay. Yeah, well.
He said you guys take acid for the underbody protection, but you should tell people it's bad for their health. Thanks.
So is this just G. Davis?
Well, he's not wrong. Remy Turquoise is not wrong.
Yeah. No, you have to be careful. You want to wear PPE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Put yourself in a safe place.
Stay away from active highways.
Snacks, some Diet Pepsi.
Yeah, you're about to go
similar to the snacks that we have right now, thanks to our good friend Andy Steely, Steely's Mobile Detailing, providing us with some delicious Biscoffs, courtesy of
Biscoff.
Good old Biscoffs.
Yeah, we can't really see where they came from.
My kids call them the Bifrost cookies.
They are the Bifrost cookies. They get you in the gate. We have Damon that says, do you guys have any tips and tricks cleaning trunk lids with low spoilers, most specifically in a rinseless wash?
Like in the Gap?
I would probably just go with a Minx Royale, dip it in the bucket, and just gently, minimal, no hand pressure if you can. Just let the towel glide across.
And if it's a little too thick and you're trying to get the underside of that without applying too much pressure, you just fold it over itself and run it through there.
What's he asking?
No, imagine a
it's
suspended
like a low
spoiler. So it's on uprights, but they're very short. So the distance between the trunk lid and the spoiler is extremely
close. You should be able to
close.
fit like a chenille in it. You could fit anything in that.
Yeah, I mean, number one, people are less likely to see it. So on the off chance you did manage to,
you could floss it. You could throw a piece of towel in there and then just.
Well, yeah, you could just use the old school, the floss method. Yeah.
Road to detailing. Here we go.
Make sure to flip the towel multiple. I would probably flip because it's probably got a lot of dirt buildup. So if
that happens in flossing.
Right. Here we go. The Honey Housewife says, Road to Detailing says, I usually go for some kind of hybrid glass cleaner with a protective layer. It usually lasts 48 weeks, depends, but then top up at next wash done.
There you go.
Larry Singleton, John Connor says, no, full detail and polish, but leave the paint clean without a sealant before PPF applied. True deal.
Yep. All right, make sure I'm in the right spot. Okay, we're to page 1 now. Wow, that was quick.
Yo, Hurl just saying yo. Rodri Chevy, Chemical Guys, El Gordo. Sorry, Luke. Undercarriage of the Scion is cleaner than any car my family has. It's strange. I bet. Rodri saying Chemical Guys El Gordo towel and Chemical Guys signature glass cleaner.
I think that's what you use.
That's what you're using. That's totally fine to use those. I would add an applicator sponge. In there. And do it, and still use your glass cleaner and still use your El Gordo towel, but just change your technique. Those both should work just fine. Sheldon, What's up, guys? I need to clean a smoker's truck. What's the best process to clean? And what ozone machine do you recommend? There's a lot of opinions on YouTube, but I only trust what you guys think. Thanks, Sheldon.
Sheldon.
Biggest thing is you're going to have to detail the interior. You need to clean the heaviest parts is you're going to need to shampoo or steam or deep clean all the fabrics. And you can deep clean it a bunch of different ways. The fabrics are where most of the smoke smell goes. So you're going to need to, you can use the trifecta, the 3-part system by PNS with Terminator, Carpet Bomber, and Finisher. Spray all 3 on all the surfaces, agitate, scrub with a brush, and then hit it with some steam. Steam the whole everything, and then vacuum. You're going to need to do all fabric. So that means door panels, seats, carpet, headliner, everything needs cleaned. Headliner, you can get away with just O&R or Absolute in a bucket of warm water on a towel and just clean and kind of get it damp enough that it's getting clean, and then you can lightly touch it with some steam or some air. Then clean all the plastics, vinyl, everything. Blow out as much of the vents and steam, the insides of the vents, as much as you can. And then get yourself, if that car is equipped with a cabin air filter, replace the cabin air filter.
Good call.
Yeah.
They're only like $8. They're cheap. They're not that expensive. Pull that. And then, once everything's done, then put the ozone machine in. Anthony, what kind of ozone machine would you recommend?
So I recommend going to Amazon. There's a couple good options on there. Very small, compact, right? But boy, are they powerful. What you
don't sit in the car with it.
What you don't want to do is run it and then turn it off for 10 minutes and then say, yeah, it's probably good enough. Then jump in the car. You're going to have a bad time.
Yeah,
right?
because ozone machines are designed to replace all the oxygen with ozone.
So
you will notice quickly.
So you're just not going to breathe, basically. So no, I got the one we got off of Amazon. It's this small little unit. It's got a blue faceplate on it. Had great reviews. I want to say it was only like $79 or so. Thing's potent though. I mean, you run that in anything.
You can run it for a few hours in the vehicle.
Yeah,
run it on circulate.
Just keep in mind it dries everything out. So you're going to want to redress.
And it also leaves it gases the glass too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you're going to have a film on the
Sheldon,
glass.
if you'd like to get
clean the glass.
Some more feedback, you can drop this in the Rag Company Facebook group, and people can link you to.
But
some
what I like
that's a
doing,
good call.
the thing I like doing is I like cleaning the interior, getting it all clean, replace what you need to replace, then throw the ozone machine in it for an hour or two.
Yeah.
Open all the doors, let it air out for a few minutes, get it cleared out. Then I would dress all the plastics.
Yeah.
With my protection, maybe a Top Star, maybe a dynamic or natural finish or any of your favorite interior dressing. Yeah. Dress everything. Then once you've done applying everything, then clean your glass. 90% of the time, that will get all that smoke smell out. If it doesn't, all you need to do is put that ozone machine in again and run it a little longer. What usually happens was I would tell customers, hey, 2 weeks, come back. If it still smells, 2 weeks to a month, come back in and we'll run it again for free because everything's clean.
Yeah.
That's always the best way.
David Boyce says, turns out Little Joe is a Stoner car care brand.
Oh, Stoner sounds some. Huh.
Is that true?
I have no idea.
I was not aware of that.
They're probably distributed by Stoners.
Maybe
or owned
that's
by a parent company, but it's
a case where it's like a parent of a parent.
Because the Little Joe, the ones I have, those little guys, I think it says there's like some type of.
They're from Norway because we met the company.
Yeah, we actually met them when we were over there. There was zero branding that indicated who a parent was.
The Little Joes are pretty potent though, too.
But either way,
I like them. I just like the little smile.
I enjoyed the happy little guy that you put in your dashboard. Yeah,
just hey, I'm on the vent, floating.
Well, you gave him a hug in real life.
We did.
That
Yeah,
counts.
we saw Little Joe and gave him a hug.
Did you?
Got an interview with him and everything. Look back at those lives we did walking around.
And then Remy saying,
oh boy.
Let's see what Remy says here. What about creating a law for removing the windscreen of all cars and replace it by a strong wall? The only complicated thing would be to deal with the rain. You're right.
That would be really hard to see through, but yeah, it would certainly be rock
I like
chip
though
resistant.
that Remy stumbled upon this live broadcast and is continuing to watch.
This is like performance art.
Yeah.
You know?
JD Garage, 16-ounce IK trigger sprayers. Any word on the IT or the ETA when those are going to drop? We've got them in stock.
No, we don't.
We don't? No. I thought we had some when we were in the room yesterday.
The minis.
Oh, the minis, 16 ounce.
16
yeah,
ounce.
No idea. Probably I don't know. We'll probably learn more at SEMA. Jay's Car Channel. Happy Friday Eve, bros. Digging the Chemical Guys. We
covered that one.
We already covered that question.
Yep.
Jay's Car saying, Happy Friday Eve, bros. Digging the Honda lid, bro.
Thank you very much. So a lot of people have reached out to me about this hat.
Yeah.
And they said,
said,
where do we get it? Where do we buy it? And one of them being Gabriel, the one who bought my white Honda Civic.
Yeah.
Right? He really wants one. And I think that these are all made at Larry Miller Honda, or not made for Larry Miller Honda.
They made it for that event.
And I imagine, honestly, because Larry Miller Honda is right across the street from our friends over at, what's it called? The shirt company. Levi.
Fully promoted.
Fully promoted.
Yeah. So I think Fully Promoted made these, I think. But they all were like, hey, can we order them? Or where do you get them from? This is a orange and blue BSU themed Honda hat, right? They also had them in red and black.
It's very local.
But it's a very local hat, but everybody loves it, man. I get a lot of compliments on this thing. So I don't know. Maybe I can talk to him to say, can you make some on the side?
I wonder if there's like some Denver, Colorado type fans who also like Hondas that would be interested in that.
It
Maybe.
doesn't say all it literally has is just that Honda logo, dude.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll ask
clean.
them Fully Promoted
And
if they make them.
Yeah, and if you do get them made, what you should do is get a little ADA logo stitched on it.
Oh, clever.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet,
Good
right?
idea.
Yeah.
You should ask that.
Harry Housewife saying, my rugs get the pressure washer treatment all the time. Drill brush and pressure washer, job done.
Dang.
Nice.
I'm thinking I might, if I have time this week, I might do that just for fun because it's getting pretty rough.
Yeah.
Kids keep spilling stuff all over it, and we bought it so it looked dirty and dingy always.
Yep. Succeeding so far?
Everything in my house is designed to look distressed except for my couches.
What about the people in the house?
Those
they
were
look
not
distressed
designed
all
to
the
look.
time, too.
All my furniture is designed to look distressed and beat up. My floor is designed to look like that.
Your couch came pre-stabbed?
Yeah, my tables, my rugs, everything looks like it's old vintage style stuff.
It looks like it's suffering.
Except for my couches, which that was pre-distressed by Augie.
That's post-distress.
Post-distressed by Augie. That's a little thing. You too could get your own furniture distressed by my son.
So
custom art.
I might be on the same path though, because we bought our new couches like 2 years ago, right? Mm-hmm. Katie was trying to clean them yesterday, and
making them worse.
I told her when we got the couches, I said the pile of this couch, right? The style of fabric it is, the textile that it is, the pile is not a good pile for long term.
Right.
And she says, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "It feels fine." I said, "It'll pill, right? You're going to get a lot of pilling, and it's going to start to look bad. I think it's going to be fine. It's going to be okay." And I said, "Watch what happens." Right. This weekend, she was cleaning it, and she was using. Okay, this is probably the worst thing. It's a TikTok carpet scraper, right? Mm-hmm. Which what it looks like a piece of rebar on a handle, right?
Oh my God.
That you just take to and it pulls out dog hair, right? Does it work? Yes, it works amazing, right? It destroys any fabric it touches.
Right.
Like
she might as well just got a pumice stone.
Yes, it will destroy anything. And so she's sitting there scraping this, and the couch was already piled. It was already
and you're
pilled.
like, I have a glove that I can do this with.
Yeah, it was already pilled. It was already bad. And then the more I watched her scrape, I said, and she goes, "Wow, this couch is destroyed." And I said, "It is destroyed." And she said, "There's all these stains that won't come out." And I said, "Those stains won't come out because if I spray it with more liquid, it's just going to create a bigger stain, and we're going to chase this stain forever."
Suddenly you're applying detailing methodology.
Yeah,
well,
you are.
As if it's the recycled
and
like
she's
Volvo
like, "Well,
seats
what's?"
or
So
something.
she asked me, she's like, "Well, what's the plan? Like, what do we do?" And I said,
Make the
we
stain
should have
bigger.
bought a leather couch."
Oh.
that would have been the answer, right? And she. Yeah, so now she's like, "Well, now when can we buy new couches?" I said, "Once these are paid off."
It's gonna be a little. It's gonna be a little.
Once we're done paying for these couches.
Yeah. No,
man.
it's so
Sucks, man.
I am so ready to buy some cheap, newer couches and just start buying disposable couches.
Dude, that's what
all
I'm
I
saying.
need.
I've got one for you
Enough to
right now.
No, but I mean like a couch that I
Yours
can.
is already at the disposal part.
I went to Fred
It's such a
Meyer's.
good couch,
I went to
minus
Fred
the
Meyer's the other
flaking.
night.
Yeah.
They have a couch there for $400.
Yeah, sounds
They have
great.
they have a love seat for $350, and I'm looking at those going
Cool,
$700.
$350.
Yeah, get yourself a new couch set.
$750. I'm pretty good. I could probably do this $750. I could do that every 2 years. I think that's a value
it's
in a
better
half.
than spending $2,000.
Right, exactly, which is what I spent on those couches. And I thought, I'm going to get me some fancy, nice couches. And I thought, my kids are grown. Yeah. They're not going to randomly throw up on them anymore, which is what happened.
Well,
that's what happened to my old couches. That's what happened to my old couches. I thought,
you're correct.
They're not going to throw up on them.
It won't
randomly.
be random, but it would be very telegraphed.
It makes more sense to start blowing through these cheap couches, right? Because then you get a good amount of variety, which is
right.
fantastic.
Change up the design.
Then there's always that weird chance that you'll get a cheap couch
that'll last forever.
And you'll say, wow, this is a really nice couch, right? It's lasted forever. It still continues to look good. You know, because I go to RC Willow, you go to these major couch companies, and they go, well, it's a special order item for that fabric that you want. It's $2,500 plus the $300. And so then you do all that, right? And then you get the damn thing, and you say, well, this really isn't any better than any of the cheap couches.
Yeah, and then I go back and think about my dad's couch that he had in our house the whole time I was growing up.
Yeah, and it lasted forever, right?
And he had my grandmother's couch from the 50s. But I'm like, how did these things... But then I remember the fabrics they used were so heavy-duty, durable. It was like curtain material.
Dude, it was good. It was good crap.
They were not comfortable and soft.
No, the old grandma's couch is not comfy, but boy, they last.
Holy cow.
My dad had these leather couches. They must have been...
real leather,
2 mils thick, or not 2 mils thick, whatever the heck. It was like straight up thick leather, dude.
Yeah.
You could hit it, right?
Like baseball leather.
You could hit the couch, right? And it would kind of dent.
Augie would try and stab it, but the knife would come back for him.
It wasn't supple. It was just rock, dude. It was just solid. And
but that's the problem. They do that now with.
That's just what they had back then.
But they're doing that now with car fabric. All car fabrics, all car carpets.
Towards cars.
Dane, we were already there. You didn't have to do that.
Well, no, it was something you said earlier that's very important that I could tie back to detailing.
Dane, I know we were all here. We were in this show with you.
You missed the part though.
No, I didn't. I was listening to it. No, we're on the same bridge, Dane.
You don't know what I'm going to say.
We're both crossing the bridge.
He doesn't know what I'm going to say.
What are you going to say, Dane?
You mentioned specifically about people who use tools. Yeah, it fixes a problem, but it does an excessive amount of damage during the process, which ties back to people who use chemicals. Why use that chemical you guys are suggesting? I got this other one that works way better, and I'm going to use that instead. Look, it does an awesome job while ignoring the fact that they're cutting down the lifespan of the surface they're working on by like half. In some cases. And the funny thing is, they don't care because maybe that customer never comes back to them. But for the person who's using it on their own car and I see that, I cringe.
Well,
so that's how I'm tying that back into this. I bet you didn't think I was going to say that.
No, I was. That's exactly what we were going to talk about.
Sure, now we said that.
No, because you didn't let me finish.
Well, and then like your car's carpet, super fragile, super delicate. But I guess what I'm trying to really say here is, what do you even do with an old couch? You put it in the field.
I know a great place to dump it. I know a great place to dump it.
Ask my back patio.
All right. D-Man4 saying, hey, TRC crew, what's the best way to get stains out of woven cloth seats? It seems that the brush would start to pull the fibers and not get out the same. Yes, that's exactly it. People seem to think that these... drill brushes do a great job of scrubbing stuff very quickly.
People
yes, they do, but they
brushes.
damage the fabric. They damage it so bad. That's why even though we have them available, I don't recommend using them, and I don't use them.
We have the softest drill brush option.
We do. Yeah.
When we were choosing the bristles for it, like Jeff was asking, he's like, "Do you want the stiff one?" I said, "I want the softest freaking thing that there is, so that way it does the least amount of potential damage."
Because all we're trying to do is agitate. And if you wonder, I actually love using the color lock brushes for carpet. I like using our black tire brush for that because the bristles are much softer than the white bristles for the carpet.
Yeah.
They have a little more give, so you're able to actually agitate. Because really, all you're trying to do is agitate the chemical to create a suds, so that it lifts and helps lift the dirt to the surface, which makes it easier for you to remove. That's all. I'm not trying to break it up so bad that I'm going to damage the fiber so I can push more product into the surface. I need it to come back up. So, Dino, looking at your water bottles, do you guys use those new water bottles that have some kind of pod to put on straw so you can smell fruit and drink water? No, but I've heard of those.
It's just got a straw and that's it.
Yeah, but I've heard of those. That one's got a screw top.
Yep, this is it.
Yeah.
Dino, my wife bought one, paid $40, and I can't get my head around when it's just a water bottle. That is weird. I
went to Costco, paid $30 and got 2 of this identical.
Okay, Dane, next.
All right. Page. Back to page 1.
This was like $35.
Okay.
It's the Hydro Flask.
Oh, it's like a
40
Hydro
ounce.
Flask brand.
Yeah.
Nice TRC blue Hydro Flask.
Yeah.
David Boyce, Acura 2004 2000S Type L
Type S.
TL Type S are notorious for cracks in their dashboard. Yeah. A lot of it is sometimes just the material that they make.
Yeah.
Tony, Dan,
Me.
have you decided what you're recoding your Miata in? I might be able to have a little something sent your way for, we'll call it extreme cold testing.
Ooh.
You should remove whatever you got on there and go for that.
I guess I really should, because I thought I had an idea, but now I don't know if I do.
If it's what I think it is, it will very much be worth it.
Okay.
The
Harry housewife.
Jinx.
Says, whoop halftime.
Double jinx.
Love the second half. There is
This is where.
This is where everything goes off the rails. Yeah, I mean, we're kind of already off
Did
the
we
rails.
succeed? I feel like we succeeded.
Were we on the rails?
I think we did all right.
I felt like we succeeded.
Chalky Hamani saying one day.
One day.
Luke Berge, I love my windshield tint. 10% on the sides, 50% on the windshield.
I wouldn't go.
Still lets all the light in, but removes that
about
test
right.
key.
That's
about right.
From the
Yeah.
front.
Oh, man.
Jay's Car Care. Does TRC have any coating that you would recommend for headlights? I've used Seacorts UK 3.0 in the past, but it doesn't seem to hold up. I realize PPF is the best. I just wonder if there are any coatings. Technically, you could put most coatings on that, but reality, we do not have an actual polycarbonate lens coating at the moment. You could buy the one from Optimum.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, I was going to throw out there. I've used 2K Clear in the past. It's not as good as PPF.
But that's Anthony's favorite.
It's not as good as
He'll
That
tell
was
you
how
that.
Anthony used to do it.
Yeah. But yeah, I've used 2K Clear to restore plenty of headlights. I do 400 grit, 800 grit, apply, wipe down, and then apply the 2K Clear.
And it'll last for quite a while.
Yeah, I
Okay.
usually get 2-3 years out of it. So
It'll last. Yeah, I did a couple headlights, and my friend Alex, when I did hers, I think it lasted about 2 or 3 years before it started. The thing is, 2K Clear is freaking amazing.
You're
right?
talking about the Raptor.
But if you could do
Right.
2K
About
Clear
the Raptor.
and then do
Those are
PPF,
aftermarket
If you did 2K
headlights,
Clear and
so.
then PPF, it's pretty much a done deal. But really, PPF, man, it's just so hard to beat nowadays with how good the stuff is. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just
Well, the reason I ask on the Raptor, though, is because that has aftermarket headlights,
Yeah.
which almost always have an inferior coating
Yes.
on those things.
Correct.
They're
Yeah.
almost
Well, I
always
sanded off
worse
that coating,
than an OEM
but I mean,
headlight.
even the polycarbonate is pretty inferior because it's so much thinner than the original stuff. But I don't know. It just depends. Situational.
Jay's Car Channel noticed Meg's is a spray-on headlight coating, so I thought about trying that as well. That's probably going to last about 6 months to a year.
Maybe less.
Maybe.
Maybe less.
2K's definitely going to be
Demo, my cookie package is currently out for delivery before 6.
ooh.
That means it's nearby. Hans, Sheldon, look up the ethereal ozone machine on Amazon. I have
Air
10K
ethereal.
version. I think Anthony has that model also.
Air theory.
Scott Matern, I got that same ozone machine. It works well. Tony, ozone's absolutely no joke. I poisoned myself with mine a time or two. Not fun. Gets the job done, though. Just don't think you can pop in and out real quick and not breathe. Yeah.
I'll just be real
no,
quick.
Matt and I, we would always tell our guys,
slows time
take
down.
a deep breath, open, pull it out. Don't take a breath until you walk away from the vehicle and walk quite a
No,
ways
you
away.
have to walk a ways because
Because it'll follow you out.
You'll go to do
It's heavy,
something,
it's dense.
and it's like it punches you in the face when you open the door. It's this weird, like doomy feeling.
It's heavy.
I don't know how to describe it.
Well,
just-
it's a thunderstorm, basically.
Yeah, but it's like this weird,
smell of a
like
thunderstorm.
overwhelming feeling of I can't be in here. And then you grab the machine, you turn it off, whatever you do, whatever you unplug, you do whatever you need to do. But then the second it still gets in your nose,
It still hits it.
It
yeah.
still gets in.
It's
in
because it's so
you.
thick.
But by the time you walk away and you breathe out that breath of air, you're kind of like, you go, wow, I still feel breathless.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Some crazy, scary person is going to hear all this and think, that's what my haunted house
No, my dad
experience in
asked
garage
me.
for neighbors was missing.
If
And you
I
have
were
a sense of
if I were
dread
to
when they
torture
walk
somebody,
in.
I'd just torture them with ozone.
My dad did that. He goes, hey, so we cleaned your sister's old bedroom. I thought maybe we could put the ozone machine in there and let it run. And I said, no, Dad, because that's your house.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I'm sure it could work for
I'll crack a
I'm sure it
window.
could work. And I was like, not unless you can seal all your air gaps and air vents and everything else, because it's going to leak into the rest of the house.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's like, huh. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll probably have to leave my house for a while. I said,
Yeah.
you have more than a while.
We
It's
did,
gonna
it,
be
we did it in the empty rental house.
This is more than just
where
a bug
we
bomb
threw
at
it up
this
in the
point.
master bedroom just to get rid of some of that dog smell, and we threw it up there, and I just left the house for 2 hours, came back after 3 hours, and
unplugged it.
unplugged it, and I was like, okay, it worked, right? But that machine has to run for a long time in a bigger room.
Yeah.
It's,
It's kind of funny because as you were describing what it felt like, I was like, oh, I know that. That's like when I went through the tear gas chamber.
Yo,
Much like that. Ron saying getting in the car right after ozone is a no zone. You have to let the air out.
Yep.
And then David Boyce saying Chelsea, attention to detail. Just did a little tour in Lancaster, PA at the Stoners manufacturing plant, and they talked about the Little Joes.
Maybe they
nice.
distribute them then.
Yeah, they might be distributing them, or they might
kind of like how we distribute other brands, but we don't own
Or
those
maybe
brands.
they might be the North.
brand.
They might have bought their parent company might have bought the brand because there was
Interesting.
Little Joe's reached out, and then another company that said we make Little Joe's, would love to talk to you. And I said, oh, thank you, Luke. So when does Anthony's trim addiction intervention start?
Oh boy,
I don't know. Hopefully soon. Right?
Forced induction saying, Luke, hope you're feeling better.
sounds like he's still working on it.
And then Ron says the lily brush to remove pet hair from furniture fabrics.
Yeah, well, that would be fine too. Trust me, it's just I could show my wife these detailing tips and tricks and hacks.
Oh yeah, no, they don't.
And what she sees on TikTok will always
Supersede
anything that I'd be like, hey, this is how to do this.
You could teach her how to do something on
Brain
TikTok.
poison.
Show her that exact technique, and then a TikToker could do it, and she will say, have you seen this video?
I've seen
And
this
you'd be
video,
like,
it's amazing.
This is
I
what
said,
I tried to teach you on Saturday.
She's like, have you ever seen this stuff called a ceramic coating before? And I'm like, well, this is literally what I do for a
No,
living.
Carly did that to me once. I said, here's some products if you need to clean out this soda that you spilled right here. And she goes, yeah, but you can just do it for me. And I said, yeah, but here's a towel and a spray, and I keep them right here, and you can just clean up when you pull your car into the garage. She's like, or you could do it. And then literally, kid you not, like 2 days later, she sent me a TikTok of a person cleaning out a cup holder using a towel and Express interior cleaner.
Oh my god!
And going, have you ever tried this? Watch how this works with the brush and everything. And I was like, yeah, that's Kyle's video. And those are all the products we sell. Those are our things. And she's like, oh wow, this is you guys should do stuff like this. That's what she tells me.
No.
Anyway,
I was sitting there thinking that. I'm like, I guess the workaround here is to make a TikTok showing her how you do all these things.
And then you're like, honey,
let
that's
her
me in
find
the
it.
video.
yeah.
I'm like, isn't that satisfying? She's like, oh my god, that looks like fun.
Have you seen it? It's me.
Yeah.
I go, and then like at the end of the TikTok, it just turns around. I'm like, I've seen you. It's me. Hey, I got you.
I know you're watching this right now. Do not dare say,
Got you.
have you seen this?
Got you.
Jay's Car Channel, G. Davis has entered the chat along with the Goo Goo Dolls to talk about Anthony's couch escapades. Then Tony, I also reminisce about Levi's dad's couch.
Whoa.
Forced induction. I was surprised the infamous G. Davis never mentioned his third ex-wife hiring the pool boy for all her caulking needs.
Really got to pronounce
Fernando,
that L in there.
What causes bubbles and air pockets on the car's paint? That's called solvent pop, Fernando.
Yep.
A lot of that is just a mix of the clear. It's when they mix a clear. They don't usually have the right hardeners. They don't use the right thinners or colors.
There's just
Sometimes
air.
it's
There's
just
just air pockets. In
Sometimes
clear.
there too. Yeah.
The hairy horsewife, the honey housewife, says, I just buy cheap water bottles from Wish and then label them up with my own decals. That's one way to
But
do
how
it.
long do those Wish bottles last?
Dane, so it's really funny. You want to know something haunting?
Oh, no, what?
So I actually found the manufacturer of Hydro Flasks, right? Through a reverse, it's a...
Osmosis?
Well, no, it's basically, it was like a reverse, like, shipment search, whatever it is, right? It's a port search.
Yeah,
is
you're
what I was
looking
doing.
for the manifest.
So I
and something.
found where like the Hydro Flasks come from, and I found the company they come from. It's crazy. You can actually order directly from that company, right? It's unbranded Hydro Flasks. You get for $2.50 a bottle, right?
So I was going to say, you're about to make Dan very sad.
Yeah, so you get them for $2.50 a bottle, right? I think depending on which color you choose, it's all powder coated. Everything's done right, just the same exact way.
Just like this.
And
Oh.
I think it was like $2.50 a bottle at like I think it was like 1,000 bottle minimum or something.
Oh,
like that, right?
you know
That's
what?
how
Now
they
I
get
feel
ya.
better.
Yeah.
So, but still, right? I mean, it's still not a bad deal, right? So you buy these bottles, and yeah, you can straight up like throw a label on it, throw a sticker on it, and you can go from there.
Yeah,
So
I would wonder if
GV
there'd be-
acceleration. What about that lucid headlight coating?
I haven't tried it.
I've not
Maybe?
tried it.
We haven't either.
None of us
Yeah,
got
none of
it.
us have tried it.
We haven't gotten it.
Yeah.
So
Harry Housewife saying, man, I paid $2,000 for a 6-seater sofa when my son was 6 months old. Biggest mistake of my life.
Whoa.
It lasted 3 years. Then we bought another, and my little girl's only one. I feel like this is a mistake. Telling you, disposable couches, just like disposable water bottles.
Wow.
From Wish.
because our $600 couch that we had last time, I think it was like $800, right?
Yeah.
It lasted 4 years. We raised The dogs are on that couch. The puppies are on that. The puppy was on the couch. There's all sorts of stuff that happened to that couch. Survived. It was fine. Even by the time I sold it, it smelled like dogs. But
it was a dog couch.
But it still worked. And I'm mad that we got rid of that because it would have still been going. To this day. I'm so bummed.
Probably.
What can you do though? Right?
Well, and I bought that big couch up in my theater.
Yeah,
right? And
it's nice. It's a nice big couch.
It's a nice big couch. But I've had it worked on 3 times because it's broken. Because of inferior wood inside there.
Using cheap wood in there?
They use cheap wood in there. Broke.
OSB.
Oh. Yeah, turns out it's just a bunch of
honestly, when I watched this
glued together.
when I watched this kid come to fix it that they sent, I was like, and he's like ripping the fabric off of it, like peeling it off, and then he's like, oh, here's the spot, and he like looks and he's like, pushes it back together, puts a screw in it, then goes to his toolbox, comes out, and he's like walking up the stairs, and he's got like what looks like just a piece of wood, and I'm like, is that oak? And he's like, yeah, I found this piece of oak that I had in there. And I'm like, and it had like a couple drill holes in it already from like other projects, other people's couches or something.
I'm sure this will work here.
I'll just put this in here. Screwed it all in. Not even a month later, dude, that same spot snapped.
I was going to say, you're probably watching going, I could have done this.
Oh, I did. I watched it. And I was like, so I know now how to fix all this. And then he just had his little staple gun. And he's like,
oh, man.
Just stapling everything back to normal. I'm like,
it's all, it's a cheap fix.
This is bad. Anyway, Humberto, what would be the recommendation for hair dye removal from light colored leather? That's where you get, the denim stain remover from Color Lock, or the cleaner solvent that you can get out of the refresh kit or the steering wheel kit. Either of those solvents will help. Luke says, Dan, have you made your way over to Chip Cookies yet?
Actually, no, I haven't.
It's right
2 blocks up.
Hotel.
2 blocks behind the hotel.
Oh, sorry.
You have to tonight. Just walk over.
No, I was going to say, sorry, I can't go with you, though, because I will be way too tempted to go.
I understand.
I can't get one right. So that's all on you.
Is a chip cookie tempting?
It is, and
I
can't.
Right behind the hotel.
Can do.
One more block up.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, Sheldon, thanks so much, guys, for the practical tips. I have O&R and Absolute. Gonna be a good tough choice to attack the headliner. They both smell so good. There you go. Either one.
Yeah, either.
No Ryan, you can use my O3 machine in the house. A car is much smaller, and the concentration gets very high very quick. My mom used one in her house for years. I think that's more of an oxygen style ozone machine. I've had the same $4 bottle for about a year. I hope you guys enjoy my latest Instagram update. 4 pounds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. G. Davis, is it true that TRC is the parent company for Little Luke's, Amazon's #1 line of family planning broken leg balls? Demo saying G. Davis goes for disposable couches and disposable lives.
We need to get ourselves some Lil Gregs.
Harry Housewife. Some Little Gregs.
Little Gregs.
That's what we name ours. Our version will be the Little Greg. The Harry Housewife Instagram video got me excited, and push that button. Make you a special Harry Housewife bottle for Waxstock. Whoa. Got me some custom labeled honey. Now I'm ready for you guys. Nice, dude. Mobility Day today. Best towel for drying with the most absorption and softness. Also, what's your favorite pH neutral car soap for cannons, Anthony?
Best drying towel with the most absorption and softness. I'm going to say probably the Gauntlet because of the softness and the absorption. If you don't use it with a drying aid, the Gauntlet will last forever. I mean, it's an amazing towel. The thing is, the Gauntlet is kind of notorious for getting clogged when you're using a lot of drying aids and a lot of sealants.
Yeah.
There's something.
That's why Rags to Riches exists.
That was an eyelash in my mouth.
Oh.
That's gross.
Oh.
Anyway, so Gauntlet's great for that. It's not that the Liquidator or the 1500 isn't soft. It's just that they're a twist loop, right? And whereas the Gauntlet is a different style of twist loop, but also is a flared twist loop, so it's kind of a plush and twist. So it kind of meets the best of both worlds there. So probably that would be my go-to. And then favorite pH car soap for cannons. God, dude, GSF, man. There's just nothing really like GSF that hits that
spot.
Hits that spot.
Now, What would Dan have to say? Because he's a third party here, so
Sure.
I'd be curious to see what he said.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still I'm all about the gauntlets. I've got the double twistresses, and they're still working great. That Rags to Riches really came in clutch for getting my towels from they were all streaky and everything. So yeah, I'm a big gauntlet fan. I've got some double twistresses. I've just been an O&R guy. I've been a rinseless wash guy, so I really don't have good input for the foam cannon part.
As far as the soap goes.
Yeah.
Fair.
Mm-hmm.
Dino saying, I bought my tire applicators at AliExpress for €20 pence per piece. I have them for one use only.
That cheap.
Good way.
Yeah,
toss
that
them.
makes sense.
Ryan says Ozone is O3. There you go.
That is
Thank you,
correct.
man. G. Davis, in Dane's honor, reverse osmosis is the name of the new bunless roast beef sandwich at the Express Cafe. Luke says chip is an absolute must.
He's looking
Hopefully,
out for old Mr.
hopefully
No
they don't
Parts.
lock
He
you out
is.
2 hours before closing. Ask me how I know. That's because they saw Luke and they were like, "Oh no,
Yeah.
he's back." Because Luke stopped
Like,
by.
quick, turn out the lights and
Every
lock the
time.
doors.
Sadly, the time for little Greg has passed.
Oh, no.
Luke G. Davis finally pops on. Took you long enough. He's always there watching, waiting.
He's
Mobility
waiting for that
today. Oh
opportunity.
wow, didn't know that.
Yeah.
And then Dino would love to have Dan. Love to have Dan in my place. I need to take off my alternator of my Audi A6.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of alternator changes lately.
Yeah.
They'll just fly you around the country,
Yeah.
working on random people's
Yeah, that's a good
cars.
idea.
Yeah.
Mobility today, great. I'm ordering the Gauntlet and have GSF already.
Right
I'm
on.
learning so much from you guys. You're welcome, man.
No, that's great.
G. Davis. Question for Dan.
Oh, no.
Was it disconcerting when the massage chair asked you for your credit card number in a discreet yet alluring geisha girl voice?
Oh, no.
The weirdest thing was that it was in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
The weird thing was it moved from the place that it did.
You're sitting there and you look down.
He
and
just
there's
wakes up and
this
it's glowing in front of
credit
him.
card slot, and you're just like, that wasn't there before.
Go ahead.
Use me.
Make
Dane,
mine.
Dane's,
Okay.
Dane has a bunless roast
I
beef
took that
sandwich.
a safer direction.
Ron says you have to pay good money to listen to the comedy on the TRC Q&A
man.
Thursday. Thank you, Ron.
We're on.
Thank
Glad
you.
you enjoy it.
We try, but it happens.
Luke says, unfortunately, my gauntlet's clogged within 5 uses, and I never could have saved them.
Oh, man.
Soak with rags to riches. You have to do it, dude. You have to do it for about a day. I did a day's worth of rags for just soaking. It improved it about I'd probably say 60% better. But the problem is then I go to use it the next time and I go, oh, drying aid, and I'm like, dang it, again.
Why did I do this?
Why did I do this? Like I told myself, use something like Absolute or use something like O&R as a drying aid with a gauntlet. You just don't need to use Bead Maker every time.
Yeah.
G. Davis Anthony, thoughts on the She-Hulk Daredevil cameo? I believe Disney will ruin Daredevil.
Yeah, so that was kind of weird, man. I'm not gonna lie, that whole episode was just really awkward and strange, and I'm just and like his personality in the show is also much different. I feel like than it was. It's less dark, right? Which is also kind of strange. But yeah, honestly, we're in the second to last episode. I still don't know how that show's gonna go.
Yeah.
How does it get any better? How are they going to make up for 8 episodes
Of nothing.
in one final episode? Because I don't even know what the show's about.
You've been
Character
watching
building.
the whole
They've been
thing.
teaching you about her
It's not anything.
and her struggles dating and trying to separate herself from the She-Hulk.
So what are the stakes
Character.
here?
Yeah, but
That's literally what the
who
show's
has
about.
those problems that's relatable to?
She does, because she's a new superhero.
Yeah, she's a new superhero.
Trying to balance these two personalities that she has.
Yeah, but it's not interesting or entertaining or anything like that. It's none of the above.
Dino saying, "Go ahead, put it in."
Yep.
the card. And then G. Davis says Netflix Daredevil is one of the best shows ever.
It was great.
I
Yeah,
love
it's
that
really
when it
good.
came out. It
Luke
was-
says I soaked my towels for over a month. I just got back and forth with new R2R. Could get anything back. I was testing a product for someone, and I think there was some strong sealants. Lol. Maybe.
was it a straight up coating? I mean, whoa.
SJ, dang, these numbers for over a month, just back and forth with new. Wait, Dane, these numbers are an old identification number I used to have. I am also about to put Kamikaze zip bang coat for a customer. Any experience using it? No, we haven't. Have fun with it.
Also, I don't think I was the one who made the comment about your name. That was somebody else.
That was me making up 17 different numbers for your number, dude.
So we are caught up.
Wow, impressive.
And we have about 12 minutes to go before we close up.
Strange.
So if you have any questions, I recommend getting them in now, quickly. We do have one here from Dino asking, how will KCX bring multi-star name in U.S. because Sonax already uses it?
I have no idea, Dino. It'd be interesting to see.
Multi-star.
Multi-star.
Simply just put a sticker that says multi over the top next to
Say
it.
many star.
And just call it Variastar.
Variastar.
Multi-star star?
It looks like a typo, but it's intentional.
Right.
Yeah, something
It'll be
like
interesting
that.
to see. We'll see what happens. Ryan saying, thank you, gentlemen. Have a fantastic weekend.
Have a good one, Ryan.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
Ryan.
Ryan. Appreciate you tuning in.
Yeah.
G. Davis said, I was sad to read on the forums today Luke Berge is suing himself for negligence via the law firm of Close and Dewar in Van Booven.
Good luck with that, man.
Oh, boy. Well,
Do you like a certain towel for drying aids that won't clog as fast? Says Ethan. Yeah, Liquidators.
Yeah, Liquidators I definitely don't have as bad at clogging issues with. Same thing with 1500.
And Liquidators, honestly,
weirdly
I've
enough,
been using them
Dry
with
Me
it.
Rivers, I don't really have an issue with drying aids with those. Big ones, I don't have that much of a drying aid issue with those.
But I've been doing Liquidators, and what I've noticed is all I got to do is, okay, in case you guys wonder some of the crazy stuff I do.
go for it. Do it. Tell us.
I haven't washed my drying towels, physically washed them.
Oh, my God.
In 8 months.
Wow.
Please stop that.
Wow.
Why?
They can still dry,
I'm sure.
and they dry once they get very wet. I start with the glass. I dry all the glass.
I was just saying, I can't wait for the customers to hear this.
No, the goal is I want to keep seeing how much I can get into these towels, and then if I can wash them with ardoir and get them to just perform normally, and bring them in and hand them to Anthony and go, all right, dude, here you go. Have fun with them. And Anthony go, oh my gosh, you killed your towels. Right, I did. And this is how I did it. A lot of this is customer service stuff because people go, hey, I used my towel fresh out of the bag, and then I put some bead maker, and now my towel doesn't work.
Did I mention I put it through the dryer 10 times?
Right.
Oh, there was something that I thought of too regarding the gauntlets and the towels clogging up. Didn't somebody say, one of you guys said in the past, soaking them in O&R right after you use them to keep the sealant from setting and solidifying?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah. You can also do the rag stretches too as well. Yeah. And that's the thing is when you put them in water alone, what ends up happening is that if the sealant or whatever the heck you were using disperses in the water, right? Now you've gone from isolating that sealant into one particular area of the towel, now to the entire solution.
The whole
and the
dang
entire
thing.
towel,
Oh, gotcha.
right? So you want to have something that if you're going to put it in water or put it in the solution, make sure it's got enough cleaning power to be able to keep it from bonding to
And
the
that's
towel.
where Rags to Riches comes in because it can bond with those sealants
Oh, okay.
better.
Because O&R
can
can
do
do that,
that,
but
but
R2R is like
R2R is
actively
designed to actively
working
attack that.
against it.
Well, so then I'll ask a question on the Q&A since I'm here.
Hey.
What about mixing R2R in a spray bottle with some water and just pre-spraying the drying towels before you before you go put them in with the other towels?
you can
You can do that
Yeah.
too.
Sure.
Yeah.
There we go.
Can't
You
hurt.
could do that as well.
Cool.
Ethan, we already answered that.
Yep.
Harry, housewife, highlight of my Thursday night. Off to visit John Hole tomorrow. It's a great start to the weekend. Have
That
fun,
sounds
Darren.
awesome.
Great.
Luke Berge, $13.
Oh my gosh.
He's been
Good
just
on you,
taking
Luke.
some
Thanks,
pain
man.
pills and enjoying himself. Says, gotta head out. Go get some chip cookies on me.
Now he's got to get chip cookies.
Apparently.
G. Davis,
yeah.
in
Shoot.
preparation for winter, I'm hoping for a video where you take Dane to the car wash and give his undercarriage a thorough soccer mom style cleaning. That would be pretty funny.
I don't even necessarily know what all that entails.
And then Dino says, I have a liquidator that I dried my car with bead maker a month ago, and it washed away all the bead maker with R2R. Yeah, that's because
very
it's like new.
Yep.
That's what it's
That's what it's supposed to do. So,
Bam.
there we go. 7
And
minutes
just
left.
like
Well,
that.
I'm
we
going to
just
go
close
ahead
down?
and say we're going to close this thing down. And so this has been a really fun time. Dan, we
It
want to
has.
thank you so much for not only coming from Alaska, but hanging out with us and putting up with all of our shenanigans here over the week.
It's
and,
been fun.
Hopefully it's been a good
anything
time.
to say while we got you here? Anything to talk to them about, maybe? Or no?
I mean,
Just thanks for watching.
yeah, pretty much. Thanks for watching.
All right.
I've had a super time.
Heck
Okay,
yeah, man.
good. That's what we
You've
like
had
to
a
hear.
Super time.
It's
Awesome.
been a super time. Okay.
All right, Dane, take us away.
On that note, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much to Dan for being a guest here today. And we hope you all had fun. So, as Harry Horsewife, Harry Housewife here says, hearts and hang loose.
See you, buddy.
Take care. We'll
See you, man.
y'all next week on the podcast and a later Q&A. See ya.
See ya.
Peace.